Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening, wherever you're receiving this audio. Welcome back to another episode of the Busted Coverage Podcast, here on YouTube as well as on Spotify. This is your host, Nicholas Persampieri, coming at you once again, joined always by my partners in crime, Cam Griffin and Matt Baywood. Before we get started, once again, just want to thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys taking some time out of your Sundays, listen to us rant and rave about, sports and whatnot. We love what we do, and we love you guys too. Rhyming unintentionally like Dr. Seuss. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, follow us wherever you may be. Leave some comments too. We want to get your takes, your opinions, ask us some questions. What you guys want to hear is what we will talk about. So let us know. We would love to shout you guys out on the show as well. With that said, I am passing it to myself again. Because I'm moderating today. You guys don't get to hear my voice that much, except for right now, and at the end of the show, of course. Tune in, hint, hint. We're going to get started. I'll go over the topics really briefly, just so that way you guys aren't caught off guard or anything like that. We're going to start with the ladies, as the WNBA had their All-Star game, their All-Star weekend. Sans the face of the league, Caitlin Clark has missed the All-Star weekend due to another injury. This time, it's her right groin, I believe, this time, because she's injured her other groin earlier, as well as injuring something else, but she's hurt again.
Both quads.
Right, yeah, exactly. So we're going to go over kind of the implications of this new injury and how it may have impacted All-Star Weekend, because it was very anticipated. After that, we're going to get into the Major League Baseball All-Star Game on the Diamond. The ending of that game introduced a swing-off for the first time, which actually got very positive reviews from fans. So we're just going to have a quick little thing on that, if we think it's cool, should it stay a part of the game, or just for, the All-Star time. Then we'll get into the deadline that's coming up in a couple weeks, what teams need to, go get a new player, set themselves up for October. After that, we'll jump into the gridiron. We're going to talk some pro ball, as some people got that bag, including Baywood's idol and shrine member, TJ Watt, got a huge bag. Among some other players, we're going to talk about those and what impacts they will have. We're then going to get back into college football. It's almost campus season, 5 weeks away, baby. College football, 5 weeks away, starting on August 23rd with week 0, which, by the way, sounds awesome. But we're going to give you guys our way too early predictions for the playoff, the national championship, and if any players are Heisman hopefuls. The really cool trophy. Heisman Trophy might be the best trophy for individuals, but we'll get into that later. And then, of course, everyone's favorite segments, rapid-fire questions, Cam's Jam of the Week. Baywood obviously taking some time off from being our financial advisor, as he's getting a house, which is pretty expensive, so we understand. And then, of course, I'll get angry, and then we'll wrap it up. Anyway, we're going to get right into it. First things first, WNBA had their All-Star weekend this past week, highlighted by not the three-point shootout, which was won by Sabrina Ionescu.
No surprise.
Not the All-Star game, which saw Nafisa Collier put on an absolute clinic, 36 points in a no defensive clinic, but she won the All-Star Game MVP, was fantastic in the minutes she played. No, the cloud that was over Indiana this weekend was the Caitlin Clark storm, or lack thereof, because she was not participating in All-Star Weekend, which they put in Indiana because she plays in Indiana. So I will start with Cam, if he's ready to start.
All right, let's go.
Basically, the question is, obviously this All-Star Weekend was highly anticipated with the fresh of young talent. Mm-hmm. They also introduced a draft with Clark and Collier picking the team, similar to the NBA. Mm-hmm. With her absence, how big of an impact did it have on All-Star Weekend, in your opinion? And does it have a future impact as we get into the second half of the season?
That's a good question. So I think it's twofold. I don't think it impacted people physically going to the game to watch these players play. I think it might have tuned some people out watching it on TV to not get a chance to see Caitlin Clark. But at the end of the day, it's an all-star game. It's not, a regular game. Now, they could have done something as a team to say, look, we're in Indianapolis, let's let Caitlin Clark score the most points and get everybody happy, let her take her deep threes. Yeah, maybe that would have been it. And I think they had a 4-point, did they have a 4-point shot in their all-star game?
I don't recall.
I gotta check on that one.
Double check.
I feel like they did. But I think that's all we would have really wanted to see was if Caitlin Clark could have put up her Iowa numbers in the All-Star game. So her not being there, if you're physically at the game, I don't think it makes a difference. You have a bunch of other people you can watch. If you're tuning in at home to watch Caitlin Clark, it's going to make a difference. You probably did not watch. I watched for, obviously, we're Paige Becker's bandwagon people here.
Yep.
So I watched Paige. I thought she played, in the limited minutes, thought she played really well. All-Star game, she's not going to try and score as much. She's going to facilitate, which she did. She hit a deep three, and I was happy. I wasn't looking for more. I thought some other players played really well. It was nice to see certain players back in action that don't get the attention anymore now that Caitlin Clark is in the league. We haven't really talked about Skylar Diggins nationally anymore. Now that she's here, Nneka Ogwumike, we don't really talk about that whole Seattle team because Caitlin has just dominated the headlines. Mm-hmm. But I think this is a nice reminder that there's a bunch of other women out there who can play, who have been playing and who have been making money and who get paid to do this. And that they're not bad watching them play. It was nice to be reminded of that. But in terms of what the W planned on having this All-Star game in Indianapolis to capitalize on Caitlin Clark, TV-wise, it was probably a bomb. If you're there and you were there for the whole weekend taking part in the festivities, it's probably phenomenal. Probably a great one. You filled up the Pacers Arena, which is anywhere from 18 to 24,000 seats. So I think that's
shows it's going in the right direction.
Yeah, I think it's going now. You want to answer the other part now?
I want you to hold it.
Right.
I want to get Matt's initial take first. We will piggyback because I think I know where you're going to go.
So are we discussing on NBA as a whole viewership without Caitlin Clark, or are we talking about just the All-Star game?
You can... Well, the question was the viewership of the All-Star weekend and then how it affects it going into the second half.
Right.
But yeah, however you want to go with it.
So, second half question, but we're going to... Okay.
Yes, and then I have one other follow-up question.
So we're going to get into the second half of the season after this part, or we're talking about that now?
Briefly. Just more the impact on viewership.
Oh, yeah, so
potential.
So I don't
really
think viewership as a whole is going to be affected by this because there's so much talent coming in next year / Paige is well established already as being pretty much a top dog in the WNBA. Next year you got Juju, Azzi Fudd, Flaugier coming in. It's in good hands. And whether we like to admit it or not, because we all know the people that pee in their pajamas to see Caitlin Clark, even if they don't, watch the WNBA, they just want to support her. That Angel Reese is a star in the league, whether you want to admit it or not. She is a star.
Correct.
She draws attention. And they have Haley Van Lith back with her, too. We haven't heard much about her in the WNBA yet, but I'm sure she'll come around. But, as this older generation leaves, the WNBA is in great hands coming in. I did some research on team value. And if I had $250 million, I would buy a WNBA team or create a new WNBA team because I think it'll be like a multi-billion-dollar per team franchise business within the next 15 to 20 years. So I think the players showed up in pay us more shirts.
Mm-hmm.
They're warming up in those.
Pay us what we're worth.
Something like that. Something along those lines. The viewership alone this year is going to warrant that. And whether, we already had the discussion of Caitlin Clark versus Paige Beckers, who would be the bigger star. And we all said that Paige Beckers is better than Caitlin Clark. And if this would never have happened, like, it wouldn't be all about Caitlin Clark if Paige never got hurt. So, and we're seeing that now. So, eventually, the Caitlin Clark. I mean, another thing is Caitlin Clark isn't the reason why I watch the WNBA. We watch it for Paige. We watch it for established stars that we've seen in the past. And now that there are more bona fide popular stars coming in, it's just better for the viewership as a whole. So yes, this year, when Caitlin Clark is injured, viewership goes down. But I don't think that that's going to be a lasting effect. You know, this is year 2 of 15 for her. She's going to have, you know, so it's just the start. and same thing with Paige and Angel Reese. They're brand new. So we're going to keep watching. We're going to keep talking about them. I don't think viewership, at least for us, is going to stop. We don't watch strictly for Caitlin Clark. And, you know, they did, like Cam said, you know, put this spotlight on other players that don't get it.
I also want to touch on something you just mentioned, which is their warm-up shirts.
Mm-hmm.
They did warm up in shirts that said, "Pay us what you owe us." They are in the midst of negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement, which I believe their current one expires in October.
Yeah, and they declined what they offered too, right?
Well, they're in negotiations right now.
Yeah.
So basically, the league wants to pay a flat fee in the new agreement, whereas the players are trying to get like an increase as the set increases instead of just getting the same percentage over time.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, with that in mind, I just want to read a quick blurb from ESPN. The WNBA is seeing tremendous growth in recent years, including a $2.2 billion media deal. That doesn't say who that's with, but they're seeing a lot of revenue coming in. The expansion fees are $250 million.
That's what I was saying. I would pay that if I had the money.
I'm not aware of a salary cap or what the cap would be in the WNBA. I'm going to now pass it to Cam and just ask very briefly. 1, should the WNBA players be paid more than what they're making? And 2, if you got to create the system, would you create a salary cap? Would it be based off of shared revenues, merchandise like jersey sales for the players, blah, 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 blah. So I just want your take on that.
Well, I think when we look at the WNBA, because it's still a new league per se, compared to the amount of time some of these other leagues have been around, it's weird to say, but we're still in, I don't want to say the infant stages, but we're not in the beginning, but we're not in the middle either. We're still in the beginning, because every year something drastic changes. You know, you get these players who come in with all this hype and fame who are making more money in college than they'll make in the WNBA in probably 10 years. You could say that, arguably. You got players who play overseas who make more money playing overseas than they'll make in the WNBA. You know, I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago, Diana was paid $1.5 million to not play in the WNBA for a season. When that becomes, she also said she kind of regrets not doing that, but at the same time, you got to feed your family, so you do what you can do. But when you see stuff like that, and then you see what they're playing, they're making, as an average person, not making what they're making, I feel, stop complaining personally. But when I look at it from a sports athletic point, the amount of money you bring into your sport, the amount of money you bring in for those business owners that you affect in your local economy, they're drastically underpaid. You know, you don't have to like the player, you don't have to like the team. The bottom line is there's a lot of people who do. And the amount of money they're making is not equivalent to the amount of money that they are generating. Whether it's ticket sales, may not be ticket sales, but it could definitely be revenue. All your jerseys, all your meet and greets, you know, the people wanting to see you play on TV, it is what it is. And now with Caitlin Clark in the league, with Paige in the league, Angel Reese in the league, and all these, I don't want to say it in a negative way, so don't take it that way, but all these basketball players who got YouTube famous, TikTok famous, who blew up, are now coming into the league. Flau'jae too, when she had Juju get there.
Yep.
these are all players who have a following before they get there.
Right. They have a brand. Yeah.
So when we look at them and we say, hey, we're going to offer you $70,000 to come play as a rookie, you're making more in your NIL deal in college. Why would you come to the WNBA right now? And I think that it's hard to say because it's such a new league. Do you want to pay everybody what they're worth now, or can you settle it out? Because if we pay them now, we're going to have to drastically increase that 2-3 years down the line. And I think the W's trying to weigh it out and say, well, we can afford to give you this now, knowing in 5 years we're going to have to quadruple that based off of the talent. But it's a hard sell. I don't know if there's a fair way to do it in sports, to be honest, because every sport gets mad at the way other sports do it based off of how high their contracts are. I think basketball players, in all fairness, make way too much money. But at the same time, they generate billions, so I can't really be mad about that. I don't think football players make enough money, and they put their bodies on the line all the time, more so than a lot of other sports. So I personally would feel if those contracts were switched, I could see that. But in terms of
we're starting to see heightened football contracts, though.
Yeah, but the problem is, and we'll get to this on another one, all you need in football at some points is just to have your contract getting ready to renew, and you're going to get a very good contract, even though you're not deserving of it. In other sports, you don't. I don't want to say it the wrong way. You in a way, have to justify giving somebody that contract, or you can let them walk. It's a take it or break it. In football, I'll use Trevor Lawrence as an example because LaShawn McCoy was beefing about him earlier. He got that contract. What did Trevor Lawrence do in the NFL?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah. So
he has really nice hair.
It's not even that.
Shampoo commercial, maybe.
Shampoo,
Head and Shoulders, but
that's about it.
But that's another topic. So when it comes back to players making their money, paying what they're worth, but I think the W's in a weird spot because in 2 to 3 years, you have a wave of people coming in who are going to generate 10 times more money than you're currently making with just some of the players now. And I think they want to be paid off of what's coming and the direction we're going, not off of what we're doing right now. And that's where I think they're butting heads.
And the thing is like Caitlin Clark specifically, because obviously she's undeniably the face of the WNBA right now.
Yeah.
She's got, Gatorade commercials.
Yeah.
She's making money there. It's not like, and I see them all the time. It's not like it's just run every now and then. Like it's run as if she was an NBA star, which she should be. They should. Paige is on a couple of commercials since they won the national title.
Mm-hmm. Cameron Brink.
Yep, Cameron Brink.
Who hasn't touched the ball in a while.
I'm pretty sure I saw some with Sheldon in it. I might be wrong on that, but I could have sworn I did.
Who?
What's her name?
Don't get me started with J.C. Sheldon.
That one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She was on one.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's coming along. They need to do something sooner or later. Sorry.
Matt tried to steal my car keys.
They need to get it done sooner than later. They should not be, I should not be making more than somebody that's generating billions for their company.
Exactly.
So, long story short, they deserve to make more, and viewership is up over the last 2 years by, if you look at the last 2 years' numbers when Caitlin Clark came in the league, it's just astronomically different than they were prior to that. So, if you're making more in NIL, that might be a problem.
I got one more thing to say, and I just hit me. I don't know if you guys watched the national championship game with UConn and South Carolina.
We did,
but they do a show. They do it on ESPN2, I believe. It's the Bird Taurasi show, and they interviewed Caitlin Clark on it. And I did not know this, that they moved a bunch of the games on the road for Indiana fans or people will say, because we don't know which fans are which, to watch these players play. So the Dallas Wings game, which is Paige Becker's game, was moved out of their home facility, which is not at the American Airlines Arena, to the American Airlines Arena. And obviously it's sold out. Now, game 1, Caitlin Clark did not play. She was injured. Game 2, she came back, and the game was actually, I think she came back game 2. Or game 1, I don't remember. I don't think she played in the first one, but it was sold out. Paige put on a show. a lot of the games have been moved. Now, your comment you made before when she was injured, it's funny because we want to see now, do these arenas sell out without Caitlin Clark? Knowing she's not going to be at the game, do all those people still go? And my hope is yes, because like we said at the All-Star game, there are other players in the league who can entertain you.
Yeah.
The All-Star, if people that did tune in and see the All-Star game and people that had bought tickets before Caitlin Clark got hurt, showed up, saw Paige, saw all these other stars, hooping, maybe they'll be like, it'll open their eyes, because right now there obviously is a Caitlin Clark effect.
Yeah.
And I think sooner than later that will wear off. And it will be more evened out throughout like teams.
And if you're tired of Caitlin Clark, that's fine. Go find another player to cheer for.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of people in the league. Depending on where you are in the country, there was probably a girl who went to a college near you who was really good. Go cheer for her. We're in New England. We have Connecticut to choose from. You have Tennessee, South Carolina, because we get all the games. Juju out west.
And I correct myself. Who was on Phoenix? Who's the lady on Phoenix?
Which one?
The
Alyssa Thomas?
Duana
Bonner?
No.
Is she really tall?
No, shorter.
Sabatu Sabali?
No. Hold on a second.
Does she still play there?
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on. Continue with your point. I'll find
but
her.
We have
My fault.
The WNBA to an extent it's a league of a bunch of former college superstars. So you cheered for them in college. Why
Kelsey
not?
Plum is Vegas. My fault.
Kelsey Plum.
That's who I meant.
Los
Was on the
Angeles.
Yeah, my fault. The Aces.
No, she's with the.
She was on
Sparks.
the Aces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's now on the Sparks.
But the very
Gotcha.
fact that we know who she is.
Yeah.
That's great, and she's actually a really good player and really funny person too. There's more people to choose from than Caitlin Clark, so I'm hoping that this momentum shift, who people came to tune into her, tune in for this, stay for somebody else. I'm hoping that continues, because there's a lot of good players out there who deserve to have that recognition and should be paid.
Happy it sold out.
What?
Happy the stadium is packed.
Yeah, it was packed. Now, side note, I have a little beef about that because, we argue about the NBA All-Star Game not playing any defense, 151 to 131. You can't tell me you played defense either.
Nope.
But but I'm gonna let that slide. I think at this point I can look the other way, only because you're trying to build a brand, and at this point, any exposure is good exposure.
To be fair, I watch the events. I do not watch any All-Star game. I watch the events for the NBA, WNBA, and the Pro Bowl. They are more entertaining than the actual game.
It's funny you said that, and I'm going to tangent a little bit. I'm pulling Baywood today, guys. I'm going to be tangenting left and right. But I was thinking, I don't think there's a way anymore, based off of the way we've gone, to where you can make a competitive All-Star game.
Unless you put a big
Unless
cash
you
prize.
put a huge cash prize. And the problem is, if you do it in the off-season, it literally is, you're going to have to start paying players more, because it is their off-season to do what they want to do. If you do it in season, the fear is, well, what if they get hurt?
Yep.
And those are the two quorums that you have. And so we'll just get rid of the All-Star game altogether. Maybe. But I don't know if there's a way that you're going to get people doing it on a competitive level. I think the W does it decently. That's not true. Well, yeah, the W does it decently when there's an Olympic year. Because I think people really take pride on the USA versus the All-Star team.
Yeah.
Because it's a bunch of people who got snubbed from the Olympic team versus people who want to prove they should be there. So they actually play a game and it actually gets competitive and heated. When Kobe was alive, God rest his soul, those games were always competitive too.
Yep.
But he's been gone out of the league, we'll say, for a while, and gone for even
It's crazy how long he's
5
been
years
already.
now.
He's been out. He's been
It was like
passed away longer than he's been was out of the league for, though, right?
No.
Nah, he retired in 2016
Okay.
or
So
2017.
we're not there yet.
Yeah,
But
he died in 2020,
but
right before COVID.
Literally. 'Cause it was like I was
Like
at
3 weeks
Applebee's
before.
when he died.
2020.
It was literally
Yeah,
like weeks
he's been-
before
he's-
COVID.
He's been gone longer than he was retired at that point, because 4 years.
Yeah.
And 5 years.
Oh,
So, yeah. So yeah, he's
my fault.
No,
I
I
misunderstood
probably
what
didn't
you
word it
said.
right. But we have a generation of people who haven't seen a competitive All-Star game. So at some point, Again, the W's different. I know they're building a product. For them, it's exposure right now. And then we'll see what happens in a year or two. Every 4 years, they do a great. I think they do it right for the All-Star game. But my issue is no defense. I do follow the WNBA and a lot of the players, so I would like to see a competitive game. But I understood not seeing it because big picture.
Yeah. Well, on that though, I think more defense will get played during the second half of the season, so I don't think you have to worry about that, Cam.
Well, the W's playing great defense. They're not paying them, so that's probably the best defense you could pay.
Well, maybe they'll get a little raise sometime soon in the near
checks.
future. Right, yeah, and block those checks.
Blocking those checks.
Hope they don't use union savings.
From the logo. From the logo.
If they use our bank, we know they're not getting paid. We ain't got it.
Oh, my gosh. All right, well, speaking...
Come to us and open accounts. Open an account.
Shameless plug.
It is.
All right, so with that in mind, I know somebody mentioned they watch events more than the All-Star games, but I want to throw another question that combines an event in the All-Star game with Major League Baseball, who basically had a mini home run derby during the All-Star game.
TMZ.
Oh, sorry. We are not going to talk about baseball just yet. Matt actually just reminded me, speaking of the Caitlin Clark effect, one last thing before we go. Do you agree with her getting lit before the All-Star weekend on her injured groin? Hey, Casamigos can cure a groin injury, allegedly. You guys all right with it? Is this a big deal? Yay, nay? Make it quick.
I don't. Well, Cam might need to get a facepalm ready for this. I think Caitlin Clark needs to get lit, find a new man, so that somebody else can dick her down, or let Sophie Cunningham have at it, because if she's that tense that she's pulling groins every time she steps on the court, she might need to get help elsewhere. They're all lower extremity issues. So,
wow. And you guys thought my rants were bad. Man. Wow.
Too many compound movements.
Cam, your thoughts?
Oh, I am so sorry, Caitlin Clark. I apologize for him. I'm sure McCaffrey does fine. I have no problem with it. I mean, I know people will look at it and say, well, why is she playing? She can go move around, look at her moving. But you know what? You're drinking, you're out, you're having a good time with a bunch of the All-Stars. It's a camaraderie thing. You're hurt. We know you're hurt. What you consume is not going to affect your groin area. That's just rest. So at this point, I have no problem with it.
If she's not jumping around and doing all this crazy
she's
stuff.
just sitting there drinking, taking pictures. I mean, she's not out there breakdancing, doing splits. We'd have questions if that was the case. She's out there with her team, with her friends, with coworkers, teammates. There's the word. I didn't want coworkers. I wanted teammates. That's the word. But and they're just drinking. They're having a good time. I have no problem with it. I think people will make something out of nothing, but it's not a big
Think
deal.
about it. They're professional players. They have professional trainers, and they have physical therapists and whatnot. She's rehabbing off the court. If she wants to spend time with her teammates, have a couple of drinks, she's free to do that.
Yeah,
it's All-Star weekend. She's an All-Star.
Yeah, she's earned it. I mean, and she's no fool. If it was going to affect her play down the road, she wouldn't have done it. But she knows what she can handle. We don't know how much she drank either.
Maybe she's a lightweight.
It could have been one glass, 2 glass. So I have no problem. We don't even know what it was.
I'm not going to make a comment. It is what it is. All I know is the fever of 500, so figure it out. We're going to move on to our next topic. You got half the season to figure it out. Now we're going to go. Matt really wanted to get that point out. I could see it in his face. You guys can't see it yet, but I could tell he's like,
the point.
I had to get that off.
He was rubbing his hands like, oh, I got one for you.
Nick had to put his hand in his face.
I almost facepalmed. I was like, wow.
Oh my God.
See him as delay facepalming. He had the book over his face.
Some of the things that come out of your mouth, oh my God.
Pause. We're gonna move on to our next topic.
SEC airwaves, baby. SEC airwaves.
So, before Matt got his point across, I mentioned the All-Star game. So sorry for all you baseball fans with the anticlimactic topic introduction. Matt mentioned that he watches the events more than the game. So I'm going to start with Matt this time because I started with Cam first on first topic. The Major League Baseball All-Star Game basically took the home run derby concept and made it a part of the All-Star Game. For the first time, the game was decided with a swing-off. 3 players from each side were chosen. They got 3 swings apiece, with the National League winning because Schwarber is a monster. Seeing as you're an events person, you would prefer to watch the home run derby over the All-Star game, presumably. Do you believe the swing-off either A, was a good idea? Should it stay? Should it go? And do you see this going into the regular season or playoffs? Or should it just be for the All-Star game?
Personally, I think that the swing off like timing should replace the home run derby, because you got time to appreciate each home run. Batters could reset. There's no timer. The home run derby seems the batters were gassed by the end of the home run derby. It was a fun twist. I wasn't expecting to see that. It was 6-6. Funny enough, Liz snapped me and told me to turn it on, so I ended up catching the the swing off live. I'm like, wow, this is like interesting. I had no idea what the hell it was. No, I like it. I like the structure. The home run derby clock just makes it too fast. Announcers don't even have time to track how far the ball went. And, now it's just like you get to appreciate, they're just sitting there effortlessly swinging them into the stands. So, do I think that it'll replace extra innings? No. I wouldn't be opposed to it, though, in the regular season. I don't think the playoffs should be determined by a swing-off. That would be, kind of weird. Yeah. That'd be like, it's just not showing the best capabilities.
It's like a coin flip for seeding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, regular season would be interesting just because, there's so many games. So, just to throw something new in there and then make it a little bit more competitive in the postseason, in a way. But I liked it. It was cool. Probably just stay for the All-Star game. But, realistically. But I enjoyed it.
Perfect, man. All right. Going to pass it on to Cam. What your thoughts of as a concept? Kind of same question. Is it really just more for the All-Star game, for that excitement factor? Do you see this going into games? Yay or nay?
What's funny? I would have said yay a few years ago when the games were taking forever. I think I would have said, yeah, this is going to have to be in the games because they're taking way too long. I think it could find its way into a regular season. I think baseball's not one to postpone or cancel their events. Perfect example. You get a 7:30 game on the East Coast, you get a 2-hour rain delay, and then you pick back up right after the delay is over. I think you could see something like that if we have to delay the game, we may have to do something like this on the back end, so that we're not in 9 or 10, 11, 12 innings at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
So I could see them doing something like that if something interrupts the game in the middle, weather related. I think that would be a good alternative. In terms of everything going as planned, I don't really think you need it. I did like the concept though. I think it puts a hard stop on something, which is needed at times, especially in baseball, because some games drag out. But I like the concept. I liked introducing it. I thought it was pretty cool. I would keep the home run derby. I am pretty entertained by that.
You like the pacing of it? I mean, it can't drag on forever.
I'm a traditionalist. It's the way it's been for a while, so I like it. But
there's no harm in changing things to keep it entertaining.
Well, I again, it goes back to my all-star point that we were making before. It's like, what can you actually do on certain things? Baseball's a little harder, I would think, because there's really not a lot of things you can do from a sport all-star. thing
I would get
say.
rid of the American League and National League jerseys and put home jerseys on with like American League and National League patches.
I meant like event wise.
I know that, but I'm just saying visually, I'd like to see
mean,
the teams that they're. I mean, they have them on their hats, but again,
you like to see the actual team.
Yeah.
Jersey.
yeah,
You know, it's funny. That's why I actually like having a separate All-Star jersey.
You do?
I do. I think I like it, two teams. It separates it. Like you're an All-Star team. Even though you're an individual for your team, I'm an All-Star. But I like that concept. I don't dislike the other concept. It's just I always get confused when I'm watching, and I'm like, well,
or just give shorts or
yeah,
something.
give something.
Yeah.
I can see. Maybe you did like All-Star jersey, your team something.
Yeah.
Well, another thing. But no, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, and I think again it put a hard cap on something for me. I didn't have to budget an extra 2 hours out of my day to watch. So,
It was on at a good time too.
yeah, I think again, I don't think it'll come into the regular season, but baseball again being a sport that does not cancel unless they have to, and they are big postponers or pause during the games. That might be something to look at on the back end. That's my opinion on that. But yeah, you introduced stuff through All-Star games, and what a better place to do it. And it worked. I think that was the key, is that it worked and people enjoyed it.
Great, perfect, man. All right, now, segueing into another slight topic of baseball. Now that the All-Star game has passed, and we are more than halfway through the season, the Major League Baseball trade deadline is 11 days away on July 31st. I'm going to pass it over to Matt again. I don't know if he's prepped or not. But is there a team or a player or whomever that you feel a move can be made by this team to prep them for a run into mid to late October and the Autumn Classic?
Team, yes. Player, I don't know if it's acquirable for them.
Perfectly fine.
Team would be the Cardinals because they're in desperate need of a pitcher. But I don't know at this time who is willing to dish one. Because we've discussed pre-show, Paul Skeens, the Pirates have taken on inquiries for Paul. They have denied all of them, saying that he's not available to trade. That would be the number one target that I would go after, just because he's on a small market team. He's phenomenal talent, but that's basically their whole viewership right now. They have Andrew McCutchen too, but he was signed to too big of a contract for his worth. So I think the Cardinals are going to make a splash before the deadline. I just don't know who they're going to target. I know they do need a pitcher, though. That's a short and sweet answer.
Okay, perfect. All right, Mr. Cam.
Yo.
Is there a team in particular that you're thinking of that needs to make a move to get them back into contention and or solidify their position for a late run into October? Could be somewhere out of the blue. Could be a surprise team that's playing well.
Let's see. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stick with my Yankees real quick.
Okay.
But I think what I was going through some articles. I think there's a few teams that have to decide if they are going to actually win or if they're going to hit the reset button. And one team that people are looking at, I know, is the Arizona team, Arizona Diamondbacks. They're only 8 games out. But if they feel that, look, we're just not going to make it, they have the opportunity, we'll say, to part ways with some players.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's some players that I know we are looking at on that team, and we're kind of trying to wait and see if they decide to win this season. I hate saying it this way, win this season, or just call it a wash because of the way they started. Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly, to be honest about that. So I'm excited. I would like any one of them. Obviously, my expectations for the season were shot once. I hate saying it. Once we made that trade, or let that player walk, we won't even use his name anymore.
He's talking about Juan Soto.
Somebody. He who shall not be named. But and then once our pitcher went down, I kind of had no expectations for the season. That has since shifted. We've played, I'd say, ahead of exceeded expectations. So, and we're only 2 games out in a division we were leading for quite a while. So, those are the 2 players I would like to see come on the team. Third base maybe, but I really have no problem with our roster. More pitching is always good, but I'm more concerned of our judges' postseason lack thereof showing up. So I can't really look at what I want during the regular season because my eyes are already turned to postseason with hoping somebody steps up because Aaron Judge does not have a good history of it. Even though he's batting phenomenally so far this year.
Perfect, man. Hey, that's a good point. I agree the Yankees do need to make a move. But since I'm moderating, I'm not going to spoil.
Well, you can put your 2 cents in.
Put my 2 cents in.
No, it's a quick topic. Go ahead.
No, don't, because I'm going to ask you a question that I want you to expand on down the road.
Down the road. Okay, perfect. All right, so you guys are going to have to tune in to hear the spoilage later on. We're going to get into our next topic. I'm going to pull it up right now because it's a long question, at least in terms of number of characters. So, we are transitioning. We talked about the hardwood. We talked about the diamond. And now we need to get back to, I think, all of our favorite sports. Maybe Cam. I think you're more a basketball guy, Cam. But the great iron. Football.
Oh, yeah.
The foosball. It's the devil. Right? Speaking of football in the NFL, we have seen some contract extensions for some notable players. Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner of the Jets each got multi-year extensions for big money. Trey Smith of the Chiefs, their guard, got a big contract. But T.J. Watt, look at the little Steeler fan over here, grinning over here.
I'm indifferent on this.
He got the biggest extension of them all and is now the highest paid non-quarterback in the history of the sport. So,
For 1 year.
I started with Matt last topic. I'm coming to Cam, making sure he's hydrated. Got his H2O, high quality H2O. A couple Waterboy references today. That's pretty good.
Can you put the lisp in there?
No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong. Shameless plug. Happy Gilmore 2 comes out this Friday on Netflix.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Anyway, that's off topic. Cam.
Yo.
Hearing the news of some of these players getting paid, is there one in particular that stands out? Should they have gotten this bag? Should they have not have? You can go with this however you want to go. Floor is yours.
I saw the Sauce Gardner one, and I wasn't taken aback, but I was like, you know what? I can see that one. I'm lost in a way as to how Garrett Wilson got his.
Yeah.
Big
time.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not sure who threw him the ball to get that contract. Because Aaron Rodgers was decent for maybe overall
It's a Baywood's team's
New York
quarterback.
standards.
Let's
Yeah,
throw
well.
that
Week
that
1,
ball.
baby.
But I'm not sure who threw him the ball because Rodgers had his ACL. Then we had Zach Wilson when Rodgers was not there.
Couldn't throw the ball.
Couldn't throw the ball. Zach Wilson the year before, and Aaron Rodgers had one decent season. So I'm lost as to how. So if you're giving the contract on potential, okay. But I don't know. I think he's just got a really good agent because I don't know how he got that contract. I mean, good for him, but I don't know if the numbers justify you getting that contract.
So just to, I don't disagree with you, but from a numbers, I'm just going to throw the stats out. He has had 1,000 yards each of his first 3 seasons.
Okay.
He was the rookie of the year on offense his
Okay.
first year, and yeah,
And he hasn't made a Pro Bowl.
no Pro Bowls, no All Pros either.
Yeah.
First or second team.
Yep.
And he has 14 career touchdown receptions in 3 years. And yes, the contract, because he's entering year 4, he's on his 5th-year option in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Then the contract takes effect in 27.
So in essence, you prepay him.
Yes, they're
and
prepaying him.
I would assume then under the numbers he put up, you're underpaying him because you're hoping he gives you better production than you've given. I mean, 14-3.
And they have a quarterback that's not going to be throwing the ball much to him anyway.
So I'm wondering how he got this contract.
Unless they somehow transform Justin Fields into a pocket passer, he's not going to be this crazy transforming.
And do you have the numbers of the contract? What is it, 4 years?
It was 4 years,
120.
130.
Was it 130?
I think it was 130. So on
And
average,
what did our superstar wide receivers get?
Sauce.
around 30 to 35.
It is 130.
It's 4 years, 130. He's getting on average $32.5 million, I believe, if my math is correct.
And
He's getting paid on average, if you're just looking at the contract, about $7 million a year more than Devontae Smith is.
And what has Devontae Smith done?
Heisman Trophy, Super Bowl champion.
NFL. I know. But that's my point. My point is,
He's a Slim Reaper.
The Slim Reaper, bro.
don't pull Katie's nickname. Find your own.
Slim Reaper. Skinny Batman.
There you go. No, but my point is that I'm not hating on Garrett Wilson. I think get your money, do you. But when we look at what he's done as a receiver versus some other receivers in the league, for him to get that contract, 3,000 yards here, okay, I'm not going to argue that.
He's not better than Chase.
But
he's not better than Jefferson. He's not better than.
But he's not getting their money either. So I understand that.
Yeah.
But there are levels to this, and this I think goes to the point I was making earlier. Sometimes it's just time and place. Like your contract needed to be extended at the right time. You know, I don't know if we give him this contract. If this were a few years ago and the thing was not as high.
Do you think he's a top 5 receiver in the NFL currently?
No.
And he's getting paid top 5 money.
No. And that's
Yeah.
that's where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a top 5 receiver. No. And I think there's a lot
Even though he wears number 5.
Well, he can wear number 1. He ain't number 1. You know, I don't think anybody outside of the Jets. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I think you could ask Jets fans. I don't think they'd have Garrett Wilson as a top 5 receiver, and may even question why he's getting that contract. To be honest, because if we said we line him up and put our names, which you can do one day, who would you rather have? We'll go down a list of Garrett Wilson and all the receivers, and I can guarantee you, Jets fans are not taking him over Jamar Chase, him over Justin Jefferson, him over any of the Eagles receivers. We don't have to
Literally
any of the Eagles receivers. we're not even taking. Actually, Justin and what's
Addison? Jordan Addison?
You're not taking him over Addison. Maybe
Maybe.
he's number 2, maybe. But you're not going to take him as a number 1.
I wouldn't take him over CeeDee Lamb. I wouldn't take him over Terry
you
McLaurin.
Said you would or you wouldn't?
Wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't take him over CeeDee Lamb.
I wouldn't take him over Terry
The way
McLaurin. I wouldn't take him over
Terry
Debo.
And those are my questions. Like, I don't know if you take him over any of those players.
Tyreek Hill.
I wouldn't take him over Tyreek
And
either.
Tyreek Hill's on the back end of his career. How crazy is that? And you're still not
Nico
taking him.
Hell, I might
Collins.
still take Amari Cooper.
So, and that's my
we
question.
just rattled off like 10.
and we weren't really thinking about
No.
it. We go roster to
DJ
roster, it's
Moore.
going to be different.
DK Metcalf.
You know, so the list goes on.
Marvin Harrison I'd take.
So
And he's not even established.
any of our LSU receivers,
Literally.
Ryan Thomas.
Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
But again, good for you getting your money.
Too.
I'm glad you got your money.
Yeah.
You got a great agent.
You fleeced the system somehow, but I'm not sure. My mind is still spinning on how he got that contract. If you're looking straight at, okay, he did this, he earned this. All right, cool. But we got players out there who've done that, and they're getting that contract. Minus the rookie of the year, because only one person will win. But
Yeah.
so that's the one that had me questioning.
Passing it to Matt Baywood. I'm not going to let you take Garrett Wilson because that's been taken.
I wasn't planning on it.
Perfect. It is now your turn to bat.
Yeah.
Ironically, we're talking about football. See what I did there? What contract do you agree or disagree with? And where do you see it going?
I disagree with all of them, except for the Chiefs. The Chiefs
Trey
paying
Smith.
the guard. Trey Smith deserved it. I'm not saying T.J. Watt didn't deserve it either, but he didn't deserve it for the Steelers.
Ooh, okay.
I thought he should have been traded and paid for another team because the Steelers are kind of fucking handicapped here. They have the highest paid defense in the NFL, and they're not the number 1 defense in the NFL.
They also gave Metcalf a big contract
They did.
when they acquired him.
Yep. So, they need another. They had 2 number 1 receivers, or arguably Pickens might be number 2. but I'd say he's pretty much number one.
1B, yeah.
Yeah, 1B.
To 2.
Okay. Regardless, they had a good receiving core with Pickens,
Mm-hmm.
and then they gave him away, and now we're back to the same old shit from last year. So, with one receiver.
Oh, obviously.
We got Calvin Austin, Roman Wilson, who couldn't even learn the playbook. They just got another... I mean, unless they decide to put Jonnu Smith at wide receiver, because he can run routes and catch the ball. We'll see. I'm not going to rant about that, though. I feel bad for Pat Surtain, because he's the best corner in the league, and he has a like $96 million contract or $99 million contract. And Sauce Gardner, who I would not pick as one of my top 5 corners in the league, just got paid a bag. And he looked awful last year, in my opinion. That whole Jets defense looked awful. I don't know where that contract came from. I see the contract over Garrett Wilson, but I still don't think that Sauce deserved to be the highest paid cornerback in the league, or the highest paid DB in the league.
Heard it here first, guys.
He doesn't even travel. He stays on one side of the field.
I think that's more a system thing.
You think so? I thought
Yeah,
that was his choice.
I think he plays more... It's tough because there's not really many corners that are playing the entire field.
He's his own corner.
He's a outside 1-3 kind of system fit. But that's the system that they're now going to be running. So I think he'll have a bounce back year.
You think so?
I think so. Just because of the system scheme.
Mm.
And he's got all-pro corner as his head coach. Dre Bly is also on the staff. He was an all-pro corner back in the heyday. I think he's going to bounce back. Do I think the Jets will make the playoffs? No. But yeah, I agree. I don't know where these contracts came from. I understand they're your draft picks and, you know, foundations of future, I guess. But I don't agree with... I especially don't agree with Garrett.
I think, and that's... I think that's what we were talking about off air beforehand. Is I think that's... Are you worthy of your contract because of your talent? Or is it the way the market is going?
The Jets had plenty of other holes that they needed to fill.
Correct.
Offensive line.
Well, and I can't justify this, nor would I try to. I think when you have a mobile quarterback, you weigh your options to an extent. Yes, you want a good O-line. We're not saying you don't. But you're inclined to let your QB use his legs and pay somebody who you may... Because you have a good O-line, but you have no one to throw to.
Here's the thing.
We're gonna
when you have a bad O-line, you got Breece Hall back there and Justin Fields. They're going to load the box. Are they expecting Justin Fields to catch the ball and throw it accurately? He has never been able to do that. Have you seen his training camp tape? Guy's wide open running down the field. I think on Sauce Gardner, it might have been... It wasn't even Garrett Wilson. Guy's running wide open down the sideline, and Justin throws it to him to where the guy had to stop, catch it, and step out of bounds rather than just a 9 route down the sideline.
And I think that's a scenario, and that goes more to my point again, is that you're dictating your contract based off the way the market was.
Yep.
They're gone are the days where you pay people what they're worth.
Yep.
You now pay people based off the way the market goes. And I'll bring it up again on air as opposed to bringing it up off air. LaShawn McCoy was going. I follow his podcast, and he was talking about Trevor Lawrence, and he's like, "What has this guy done since he's been in the league?" But at one point, you're going to make him the second highest paid quarterback.
So I actually looked it up. He was a Pro Bowler in 2022.
But does that justify the contract?
Mitch Trubisky was a Pro Bowler.
Well, I mean, yeah. A lot of people.
He looked promising for 1 year.
A lot of people look promising and are, to an extent. But does that one Pro Bowl justify your contract? No. And that's where we were. So he was a product of just getting a contract at the right time.
Yeah.
What are quarterbacks going for?
Yeah, one great year.
So let me name you like 3 players. Deshaun Watson,
Yep.
Kirk Cousins,
Yep.
and Dak Prescott.
Yep.
All 3 of them haven't done anything. All three of them had market resetting contracts.
Kirk's was 3 years, $100 million.
2 years.
2 years, $100 million.
Something like it was
2 or
crazy.
3 for 180.
Yeah, 3.
Was it 3?
Was $100 million guaranteed?
Something
I
like
have
that.
100 something for him in my head. I thought it was $100 million.
4-year 180.
What's guaranteed? Do we know?
100 million guaranteed.
Yeah, there it is. Got $100 million guaranteed. 4 years, 180, and he probably will not see the field again in Atlanta.
I think his career's done
I don't.
as a starter or a perennial starter.
I think as a given starter, he might be done. Do I think that he could go somewhere where there's a team that says, "Look, we just need to get over the hump of missing the playoffs"? Maybe. If you want to take a shot with someone who can throw the ball, maybe. But I don't know if you're gonna.
Oh, I didn't even throw Tua in there.
Let me put it that way. If you wanted to back up Tua, I think that could happen. I think he could. And I'm not being mean either,
Yeah.
but I think that would be the way he would start again. Is if, let's
Someone
say,
got hurt.
Tua got hurt, and then he's starting again. That would be it.
So, and then the last one was Brandon Ayuk. Well, granted, he got hurt, but he was awful through the time before he got hurt. After he got his contract,
And that's earning your contract.
That-
Garrett Wilson. I mean, they just paid Jefferson. Jefferson. Chase got it this year. He's getting it this offseason.
T. Higgins got paid.
T. Higgins got paid, and then you're coming right at the right time. Let's negotiate. Your
I wouldn't
contract.
take Garrett Wilson over T. Higgins.
There's a lot of twos you wouldn't take him over, but
Yeah.
again,
I would take him over Ayuk though.
Again, you got your money
Yeah.
at the right time.
Congrats to
You
him.
know, I mean,
Congrats to
you,
all these
congrats
guys
to
for
your
getting their
agent. I
contracts.
mean, hey guys.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna look at if we were paying people what we feel they're worth, we're giving certain players a lot of money, and some players who we still have question marks on are not going to be in the same realm of that player. We don't put Garrett Wilson, if we were to do the pyramid, we don't put him with the Jeffersons. We don't put him with DJ Metcalf. We don't put him with Tyreek Hill. We don't put him with Antonio Brown?
He's out of the league.
No,
AB in his prime. Oh, AJ Brown.
AJ Brown, sorry.
A.J. Brown,
We
yeah.
don't put him with AJ Brown. We don't put him with Devontae Smith. We don't put him with T. Higgins. We don't put him with Jamar Chase. But we gave him money up
Amon
there.
Ra.
And we can go. And then there's another tier of receivers we can look at.
Yeah, you got
what are we
dude
doing
from
here?
Atlanta,
Drake London.
Drake London, and the other one.
Same draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and those Puka, you know those.
Oh my God! Yeah, Puka's phenomenal.
Those are the people that we look at, and for him again.
We just named half the
We're
receivers in
glad
the
you got your
NFL.
money, my guy. We're not telling anybody not to get their money, but there's a bunch of players I feel I can list that are better than you.
And just briefly, because we're good on time here, can we test Pittsburgh water? Because they love making like the whole entire city of Pittsburgh, all of their franchises, Pirates, Penguins, Steelers, love signing old, past their prime players. Can we get younger, please? Like,
I thought you were going to say that they're all black and yellow,
oh,
like their colors.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean that's just the
Black and
city.
yellow, black and
Yeah,
yellow.
their bridge is yellow.
I've never been to Pittsburgh.
I've never been to Pittsburgh
Oh,
either.
it's nice
I've seen
in
it
some
on TV.
areas. We
So
parked.
it's very cold.
I got a funny story quick because me and Will went to watch the Steelers Patriots a couple years ago in Pittsburgh, and we didn't show up early enough for the tailgate, so we were hitting like crazy traffic coming over the bridge into Pittsburgh. We passed the stadium. It was like a mile walk to get there. We parked in the fucking hood, and we end up parking in a handicap spot. This guy's like, yeah, pay me $40. I'll be here when you get back. Your car will be safe. I come back. Every car was getting towed out of that parking lot but ours.
Ooh.
That $40 went a long way. He wasn't there, though. He might have been towing them. I don't know.
But yeah, no, I think that it goes to, again, Garrett Wilson, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt in saying I don't feel I know how good you really are because you've not had a quarterback to throw you the ball. But
And he never will.
Based off what we've seen with the quarterbacks you've had, your agent fleeced the system and got you a great contract.
Yeah.
Now you may well be on that top tier quarterback of receivers when you get a decent quarterback or have a decent season with somebody who can pretend to be a good quarterback. I don't know.
You know damn well that agent's phone is ringing off the hook.
Literally. but that's the system that we're at, and that's to justify what I'm saying. It may not be anything you did personally, but based off who's been throwing you the ball, I don't know how you got that contract. But you got in the league at the right time because that the really good receivers need to get paid, and you got paid a tier below, but hey, good for you. 30-something million a year. No, that was Sauce's. Right?
Garrett's is 32 and a
Yeah,
half.
32 and a half a year.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, Garrett was 120, or was it 130?
Garrett's 130, Sauce is 120.
Yeah.
But I will say this, because I did look it up on my
$250 million.
Yep.
Patrick Surtain did comment on Sauce Gardner's contract extension, and he thinks it's great for DBs getting that money, generational money.
Yeah.
So
DBs are undervalued.
unfortunately, Sauce did not get a contract extension before Patrick Surtain, or it would have been flip-flopped.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Patrick Surtain would have broke the market.
I think Patrick Surtain, I think they lucked out in Minnesota. I mean, in Denver. But I do think that if he can get another contract, it's going to be a lot higher, too. And I think that's where Patrick Surtain is.
Surtain took less for Bo Nix.
You know, we're
Watch his face. Watch.
Don't even start it.
But
Bo Nix
briefly,
will be the highest paid quarterback.
briefly want to talk about corners, because there's a couple of Sauce and Pat Surtain are completely different style players. Pat Surtain can play in phase, which if people don't know what in phase is, you're matching step for step for the receiver. Breaking when they break. Cam is giving mugshot looks over here at Nick. But is that actually true?
What?
That Pat Surtain took
No,
less money for Bo
I mean,
Nix?
it's gonna be hilarious when Knicks get paid. He's a franchise quarterback, bro, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but I think
Justin Fields, apparently.
I think Pat Surtain needs to renegotiate his contract immediately.
Yeah, I do too. And
Yeah.
I think that might be a scenario you see why he wanted to see that. Because there's no, he got what, 98?
Surtain?
Yeah, it's like 90,
I think like 99.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
They couldn't even just give him the
99.6.
They couldn't even give him the 100.
No.
Let's round it up. Nope.
Let's see.
Who signed a 4-year deal worth of around $24 million less than Gardner.
96 mil.
96 mil.
So,
That's-
yeah.
He,
77 mil guaranteed.
he was also on Twitter saying, Sauce Gardner, SMH, should have waited till after you signed LOL.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically.
And he's not wrong.
He should have waited.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Well, I will say this about these contracts. Let's just say they're a harbinger for things to come
Nick, I have a
in
question
terms of
for
the
you.
show. That's all I'm going to say. But what is your question?
The TJ Watt contract.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Cam needs to get
They
fired
wanted
up.
to clearly keep TJ Watt because they
Correct.
felt they could not replace
His production.
his production.
Yep.
Is there something you think they know that we don't? Does this make them contenders? I know Matt said no a few weeks ago. But does the threat of TJ Watt actually put fear into a Philadelphia Eagle fan?
No. We played Pittsburgh last year, and you saw what happened.
No, I don't remember. Can you tell me?
We blew them out.
How bad was it?
I think it was 34-17.
Oh my god.
Well, I'll say this about TJ Watt. He's the face of their franchise. He's a face of the league. He's a prominent star player. He, I believe, outside of Myles Garrett, is like the youngest player to 100 sacks, whatever.
He's on 108,
Yeah.
and he's basically averaging $1 million a sack right now because he's made 108 mil, and he has 108 sacks.
He got 108 million guaranteed.
I meant there's 100. I thought it was 108 mil he's made so far over his career.
That's probably true too.
But if it might be 108 guaranteed too.
His contract is insane.
Yeah.
And
It's
again,
a 1-2-3 contract, 123 mil, 3 year.
I think he got didn't he get more than 3 years?
No, it's 3 year contract.
Oh my god.
It's over 40 mil a year.
Yeah, that's bad.
41 mil a year.
3-year, $123 million contract extension
That's awful.
with an average annual of $41 million, surpassing the previous held by Myles Garrett at $40 million, and then Jamar Chase is at $40.25.
Yeah, he's the highest paid non-quarterback.
Yep.
Um,
Previous
now statistically,
4-year, $112
he's
million.
he's going to be a Hall of Famer. I just want to make that very clear.
Oh, absolutely.
If he were to retire today, he's a Hall of Famer. You know, he's a multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year, over 100 sacks.
One-time Defensive Player of the Year, got snubbed 3 times.
Sorry, should have been a multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. All-Pro, Pro Bowler, all-world defensive end pass rusher. His brother, JJ, is it JJ Watt?
Yep.
The Texan? Yes. He's a Hall of Famer, or will be a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
He's a multiple-time
there is
Player of the
no
Year.
denying TJ Watt's greatness as a player.
Not at all. But
there comes a time and a place. You are not, like, it's tough because where the Steelers are as a team, like you mentioned with the Metcalf extension, you have one wide receiver on your roster, essentially. You got Pop Warner, Calvin Austin.
Yep.
Okay, he can run some routes. All right, fine. You have brand new running back.
With Jalen Warren returning.
And the defense, like you said, is the most expensive defense, and it's not the number 1 ranked defense. That is a problem.
Yep.
do you feel this is just the...
And I'm just going to say this. It's a harbinger for things to come later in the show.
Is this them just swinging for the fences?
Yes.
For like a one... Obviously not...
They're going all in.
Not sitting on the Aaron Rodgers thing, but let's be honest, he probably won't be there longer than a year.
He isn't going to be. This one
so
and done.
is this them swinging for 1 year? Let's bring this team back. We'll upgrade at receivers. They did upgrade.
This is the last...
Keep our defense, and this is their one thing. If it doesn't happen this year...
They're going to blow it up.
Okay.
Outside of Metcalf, the running back they drafted out of Iowa, who I think will be very good, and Derek Harmon, you're going to see almost a complete rebuild if it doesn't work.
Cam Hayward will be gone.
Yep.
The
old guard is leaving.
Well, I think you'll see it either way. If they win, you'll see it. If they lose, they'll see it. Because you'll probably get some people who retire. If they win, you'll lose your quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers, I think, said that this is all
This
he's
is
got.
going to be. This is it.
So
this is it for
you'll
Rodgers.
see a lot of people retire if they win.
This might be a Mike Tomlin last ride too.
Yep.
If they don't.
And if you think about it, with Watt, nearly his entire contract is guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
The 108. They
Yeah.
basically fronted his entire contract.
Yeah.
So salary cap hit over the next 2 years is minimal.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's all on this year, and it's gonna blow up in their face. Spoiler alert! But
didn't we look at it? We did how many games we projected to win?
we sure did.
Yours goes up by 1 because you said it was dependent on whether TJ Watt was there.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't have us winning that game. With TJ Watt, I give him that much credit. I like him a lot. I think he shifts the defense. I think with a young defense, it's very hard.
Derek Harmon better be all that.
Veteran experience, it's hard to think that's not a thing. It is, especially in football. You've been in the league a long time.
You don't trust your new tackle?
I mean, it's not that I don't trust him. He'll only be how many games in before he plays TJ Watt?
Tackle's one of the hardest positions.
I don't
to
think
plug
that's
and play.
That's something you want, and you smell. TJ Watt just smells blood in the water sometimes.
Will Campbell?
Oh, I trust Will Campbell. I'm not.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't know if he's ready to go up against TJ Watt. But we'll find out. Hey,
week 3, he'll be 2 games in.
Yeah. Who's he playing before? You have the 2 games in front of him.
For the Pats, I can check right now.
But I don't know if he'll be ready for TJ Watt. You can go all year and still not be ready for TJ Watt. So it'll be interesting to find out. Who are the 2?
So the 2 they have are Las Vegas Raiders and then at Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, no, he's not gonna be ready. But you know what? Hey, sometimes
Well, he'll go up against Max Crosby first.
Going up against Max Crosby first, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But again,
Max Crosby's a dog.
he is, but he's not TJ Watt.
I would have traded TJ Watt to the Raiders for Max Crosby. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, money-wise, it would have been a great decision.
Yeah.
Max Crosby just reset the market before Myles Garrett.
Yes, he did.
That could be in the route next year. You could flop them.
All I'm going to say is it is a harbinger for things to come. Not just for this season, but later in the show.
I don't even want to get into it.
Oh,
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So,
Dear Lord, here we go.
that's all I'm going to say.
Bring on the face bombs.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm not giving any other hints. But what we will do is we're going to move on to another type of pigskin. That's what they call football. College football, baby. Who doesn't like a good old Saturday on-campus feel for some college football. 5 weeks away from the start of the new college football season. We're going to get into it briefly. Cam told me to put him on a timer because he's got a lot to say. He loves college football.
I do.
So that's why I'm going to start with Matt. So that way you get as much time as you need. Matt, I'm going to start with you. Going into this season, what team or teams do you have your eyes on for the Natty, college football playoff, conference winners, and do you have a Heisman hopeful
Yes.
outside of Arch Manning?
No.
Floor is yours.
My pick, way too early pick is Texas.
Okay.
I think Quinn Ewers was holding the team back. I think they should have used Arch Manning a lot more than they did last year, and I think he'll prove that this year. We'll see. I think they have, Moore Jr., wide receiver.
I think so.
What's your question?
I know they. I think Golden left.
Yeah.
They don't have Makuba, but I'm sure they reloaded. So.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But Arch Manning has the ability to run.
Yes, he does.
Quinn Ewers was not that type of quarterback. I mean, I didn't think he was good at all. They got it. Looks like they're stars. They have. You said Golden left.
Matt Golden got drafted by the Packers.
Oh right. Jonte Cook. Oh, Wingo. So, that being said, it doesn't really matter. College football is different than the NFL. They run packages. With him that they can hand it off to the running back. The running back can take off, or he could do read option. He could make, read options, play action. I think he'll have a phenomenal year. He's going to more than likely go either 1 or 2 in the draft this upcoming year, so we'll see. But I think he's my early pick to go Heisman. We all wanted to see him more last year. Yeah. They played Ohio last year in the playoffs.
Ohio State, they lost in the semi.
Right. We were watching that game together, and we thought that Arch Manning could have been the difference maker in that game. And there was times where they got down to the goal line and couldn't perform with Quinn Ewers. And all they needed to do was put Arch in the game to seal the deal, at least in our expert opinion here. But that being said, it's exciting. 5 weeks away seems really close.
Oh, it is.
Because, we're in that kind of dry zone where there's not too much action sports going on. So, it's nice to see that it's just right around the corner, and we'll be probably in person by the, actually live.
Yeah.
Like with camera starting probably week 1 of the college football season.
It'll be exciting.
Yeah.
You can see our faces.
Yeah. So way too early pick is Texas. I always take a look at the SEC though, because they're just the best football conference.
Mm-hmm.
So hearts with LSU. I like Georgia. I'm gonna let Cam take it away here because he is the big time expert, and he's very passionate about college football way more than the NFL.
I am.
So
I love it. I love college sports. I think college sports are the best form of entertainment sports where kids are actually playing for something and playing for a future. Even though they get NIL deals and it seems a little right now, they're still playing for something. Who was your Heisman pick? Did you say?
Arch.
Arch. So I'm excited. 5 weeks away. By the way, that Ohio State-Texas game is at noon on Saturday, August 30th. That is the 12 o'clock game. I do not like that. I thought they should have gotten the 3:30, or you could have made that the 7:30 game. Not thrilled about that one. But you know what? It is on campus, and I think that is pretty cool to do a huge game beginning of the year on campus, because we do not get to see that too often. My prediction, I am an LSU fan. I think the SEC comes down to LSU and Georgia. My national championship game prediction, I think, will be either Ohio. I don't think Ohio State and Texas are both going to get there again. So unfortunately, I think this is a one and done. This could have been a national championship preview. If they didn't have the playoff, I could see this being a rematch down the road. But because they're playing, it's going to hurt one of them down the road for seeding. And I don't think that Ohio State will be that team that will come out on top. I got Texas winning that game, and I think that'll launch them into the SEC with a huge boost like that off non-conference game, and they will be in the national title game. I do not have them winning, though. I have LSU beating Texas. I think our defense is back. We're just loaded on the defensive end this year, which I'm very excited about. Harold Perkins comes back. He did not go to the draft, so you could draft him, which I'm very happy about. He is coming back. They moved him back to his natural position.
Why everyone happy that Eagles don't get people?
You can get him next year.
Bro, you guys got enough.
Who?
Damn, let other teams eat.
Oh, yeah.
They gave what,
Let the
130
Steelers-
million.
I would have rather traded him to the Eagles.
I mean, yeah.
But no, I think our defense is loaded. We had the number one. We had the number one recruiting class until Bryce Underwood went to Michigan for $10 million.
Can we get a quick rant on that?
But we'll rant when the season starts. But we have the number one transfer class coming in. We have a bunch of returning players. We have arguably a top 2, if not number 1 quarterback in the country with the pieces he has around him. You know, low key, this is a make it break it year for Brian Kelly for me. I will get off the Brian Kelly bandwagon if we do not at least get to the national championship game this year. But I think that with teams with that national championship expectations, if you make it, there's a very good, or if you have the regular season that you need to make the playoff, there's a very good shot your best player could win the Heisman. I think it could go to Garrett. If it doesn't go to Garrett, I got to go into Arch. Unfortunately, for all the other specialty positions in football, I do not see it going to anybody outside of a quarterback this year. I think if teams get there, it'll be on the backs of their quarterback. Arch Manning, Garrett Nussmeier. I don't expect UCLA to do anything. Sorry, Lama Luvaliva, transferring from Tennessee. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you left a good program high and dry, and you cost them a chance at a top 10 seed to go to a school that's not going to do, sorry, for lack of better terminology, shit the next few years. So,
oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I don't know what. We know why. It was money related, but he really shot himself in the foot going forward, and he actually shot the conference in the foot, and he put the Big 12, Big 10 on notice, because at the end of the day, if he doesn't improve and take UCLA where it needs to take them, we're going to start questioning your conference, your team's abilities in your conference. Sorry. But I tried to keep it under 5 minutes because I could go off in so many different directions. But I think, it's going to be the playoff will be very SEC, Big Ten heavy this year. Mm-hmm. And I don't see too many ACC teams. Clemson, maybe. But I think they're trying to rebuild. Florida State, I'd love to see come back. But, again, I'm still predicting that Clemson and Florida State leave the ACC at some time in the next 4 years. And I've been pushing for them to join the SEC and just do a dominant, slice the SEC down two divisions like they have now, but more dominant. And I don't see it. I don't see ACC teams getting in, except for the conference champion. The Big 12, we don't know what direction they're going to go in. I can't even really think of who's in the Big 12 anymore.
Arizona State won it last year.
Arizona State won it last year, but if I remember correctly, they were not supposed to win. They were picked 6th in their conference, 7th, and we were all thinking BYU was supposed to get in, but BYU ended up losing that game they shouldn't have lost. Was it to Utah?
They also lost to Arizona State.
Yeah, well, in the championship.
Yep.
But there was a game during this regular season I felt they shouldn't have lost, which wouldn't have made a difference anyway. But it hurt them nationally seeding.
Yep.
Which is why they had to win the Big 12 to go to the thing, which they didn't, because I believe the Big 12 is a one-conference league, which is very upsetting. But that's the reality situation we live in. So, again, it's gonna be an interesting season. I'm also low key excited to see what Deion's gonna do this year. We've not heard a lot about him, about his coaching. I've kept my eye on the transfer portal. They've gotten some, we'll call them nifty. They've gotten some pretty nifty transfers, some pretty nifty recruits. The schedule breaks very well for them to an extent. So I'm very curious. I don't see them making the playoff. They'd have to win 1 or 2 games where we don't think they're going to pull it out, but they pull it out. But I will say this, and it's not going to be a popular take, but I'm going to say it. If Deion don't make the playoffs this year, you might need to leave Colorado. Not because they want you to leave, but because you are
Greener pastures.
There's greener pastures elsewhere. And there's schools with tradition and history that kids will come to you. You don't need to go find them. They want to go to that school. They just don't have a coach that will coach them at that school. Love to see him at Florida State. Love to see him at Miami. Love to see him at one of those Florida schools. You know, go to USC. Coach Tom Herman's just not the dude right now. You know, go to one of those. You want to Colorado? Stop doing USC things in Colorado. Go to USC and do it at USC. Get the support from everybody.
I know I'm not a moderator today, but I just have a quick question. Do you think the new wave of coaches is going to be impactful like Saban and even Harbaugh?
What do you mean?
You know how Saban is like you guaranteed that Alabama was going to be in the playoffs?
So here's where coaching is interesting, because I think times have changed where years ago you could look at a coach and say, I want to play for you.
Yep.
Amalu Maliva, as we're going to call him, is a perfect example. You had a good coach. You had a really good team. The expectation levels were national championship this year. And you left to go to a school where we don't even know who the coach is.
Yeah.
For money. So I think NIL deals are going to kind of take some of that away to where you go to a school for the coach. Because if the coach ain't going to pay you, and that's the coach you want to play for, you may not go to that school.
Yep.
You know, I mean, we have Alabama sitting at 3 right now in the SEC. I can't wait because I do not see that as the case.
And I know this is kind of off topic, but do you think players are going to lean towards NIL and kind of give up their dream of going to the NFL because they can get a bag early?
I think the deal is that NIL, here's one thing. NIL can get you to the school.
Yep.
But that school has to be the school that's going to get you the exposure you need. Example, I won't rant in the season, I'll rant now a little bit. Bryce Underwood went to Michigan for $10 million. Literally would have gone to LSU. We were not paying him $10 million. I think we were paying him like 4 or 5, which is fine. $10 million. So now, if they don't have the other pieces around you at Michigan, what good did it do for you to go to that school? If you have a losing record every year, we can't see your abilities. And then you transfer to, let's say, a Texas Tech. Or a Texas, we'll say Texas after Arch leaves.
Yep.
Because they need a quarterback. And you have Heisman numbers. Well, why did you go to Michigan in the first place? It was just for money. You hurt your NFL stock. You just helped your NFL stock, but it took you longer. So now we're going to question. We're going to question your decision making. Cam Newton, great talent, sat at Florida behind Tim Tebow. Got his opportunity at Auburn, number 1 pick in the NFL draft. If you sit behind someone because you have no choice, that's different from choosing to go somewhere and saying you want to be the man to not being able to be the man, even though you may not have pieces around you.
Yeah.
Not being able to be the man and then having to go somewhere else. It's all relevant on the process.
We've seen that a lot with college quarterbacks and whatnot, like Justin Fields sat behind, and he ended up going to Ohio.
And again, it's just sit and wait your turn if you have to. The NFL doesn't care if you play 1 season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, as long as you're there and there's a reason you're not there.
Yep.
Joe Burrow, great example.
Yep.
You sat behind Cardell
Jones,
and
JT Barrett.
JT Barrett, and then Justin Fields was coming in who was going to beat you out.
Yep.
Who actually couldn't get minutes at Georgia, so left to go to Ohio State. And Burrow had to come to LSU. Played 1 season at LSU, you could see the potential there. Came back and won the Heisman, won the Natty, went number 1 overall.
That was a great season.
But NFL scouts aren't talking about what happened at Ohio State,
right?
Because he had to wait his turn.
Yep.
We're going to talk about Bryce Underwood at Michigan
100%.
No matter
The
what
spotlight's
happens
on him.
in his career, we're going to talk about it because that's on you. Arch, we're not talking about Arch's first 2 years because Quinn Ewers was there, even though he shouldn't have been. That's loyalty. By the way, loyalty is great from a program coach. I love to see Quinn Ewers play, but if your goal is to win a national title, Quinn Ewers should not have been playing.
Correct.
He should have transferred.
Yep.
But that's the scenario, and actually should have gone to Georgia. But that's the scenario that we had. We'll look at Arch's season starting now. We'll negate the other few years, even though he played, because he waited behind somebody. When you come into it wanting to be the person, you need to put up the person numbers.
And what's crazy is like Bryce is going into a system that's primarily run dominant.
With no running. Running. What did Michigan... Michigan sold... Well, I forget what it's called, sold Bryce, but they sold him on, look, we beat Ohio State without you. We'll win a national championship with you. No, because a lot of those players aren't coming back.
Yep.
So now you have to build up.
And from when they won the championship, a lot of those players left or got drafted.
And they had no quarterback room.
Yep.
So you didn't even have quarterback. So you draft him. He's got to play.
Yeah.
Your receivers aren't top notch. The best receivers went to Ohio State.
Yep.
Or splattered out around the country. You didn't have the number one recruiting running back because, oh, by the way, he went to LSU with you. Committed to LSU. And even next year's is going to Texas. So you are so reliant now on the Michigan system and hoping that you can make those players better, because if you don't, your one's a wash, and now we're going to start questioning.
He's either putting a lot of stock in his own self or he's just going for the money.
Look, bet on you. I'm right, bet on you, but you are not Lamar Jackson yet in college. So we need to see it, and I think that's the hard part where you're going somewhere. You can't, based off your question you asked before, you can't even say he went to Michigan for the coaching.
No.
He went for the money.
He went for the money. So now you're throwing your coach under the bus because if you don't win,
he's going to transfer after this year.
Oh, absolutely. That's $10 million they put on you, and we'll blame the coach.
Do you think that he's, like, just an early prediction, do you think that he's going to have a decent enough year to be a starter in a big school next year?
I don't think it matters what kind of year he has. He will be a starter at a big school next year.
He'll be Big 12 or ACC next year.
Because his high school tape, I'm not going to lie, in the right system in college, this dude would have been Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson. Phenomenal.
Yep.
I do not see with Michigan's offense, with their current players, that he is going to be better. It'll be fun to watch him play Penn State. I think that'll be a great game to watch. That'll be more of a how good are you rather than him playing Ohio State. But I don't think that Michigan was the school for him. And I'm not saying that because I'm an LSU fan. I'm saying in general, there's a reason you didn't want to go to Michigan. It's not like it was Michigan or LSU, the last two schools. No, there's a reason you didn't want to go there. There's a reason kids weren't going there. There's a reason no quarterbacks were going there. Sorry. Once Harbaugh left, no one wanted to go to Michigan. Nope. Sorry, not sorry. But that's the reality of the situation.
And they had just come off a Heisman, or not Heisman, they just came off of a national championship.
Yeah. Half that team left.
Yep.
They capitalized on their moment. So now you're still building off of the players that were left over. And a new coach.
Because they also had arguably like the best corner in the at that time too.
You had arguably the best running back in the game. You had arguably the best corner in the game. You had arguably the best coach in the game.
Yeah.
You had a very good,
serviceable
defense.
Quarterback.
You who I think will be rookie of the year contention this year. Personally, JJ.
He'll be comeback player of the year.
Will they give that to him, or could he still get rookie because he never played?
He played
McCarthy.
It's technically not his rookie year. It's not like hockey.
It's going to technically be his second year.
But he never played. He didn't play.
It's not like basketball.
They don't do that like in the NBA. He'll be a second-year player, unfortunately.
So, comeback player. Well, he can't come back. He didn't come back from anything. But we'll see. I think he'll be very good this year. But those are the cards that are stacked up against Bryce Underwood. Now, if he can overcome all of that and lead Michigan to a top 10 ranking and they've won a ton of games, we'll all stand down and say it was worth every $10 million. But unless you do that, or by Michigan standards, the only game that matters is Ohio State. Unless you do that, it wasn't worth the money.
Yeah.
I'm not, and no disrespect, I'm not sure you pay any college athlete $10 million. Booster, that's the word I was looking for. The boosters.
All right, so now it's my take.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. There's a lot of information to unpack, and
Real.
most of it I actually agree with. I think the Big Ten is actually a two or three pony race.
Who you got?
I got Ohio State, Oregon, and I have Penn.
Penn based off their defense?
Yes, and they're returning their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
gotcha.
got Oregon. So I have a question for you.
And the only reason I'm picking Oregon is because they won the conference last year.
Okay, fair.
And I also think first year success in the conference, I think will bode well for them.
Okay.
I think they proved that they can play at that style.
Hold on, Cam. He's picking Oregon because of the Bo Nix effect.
No. I am not picking Oregon to win the conference. That's not what I'm saying. I think they're the three ponies in the race. Or I guess a duck, a lion, and a buckeye are in this race. I am going out on a whim here because I saw a headline on CBS Sports. I am picking Penn State to win the Big Ten.
Ooh.
Because they said it's going to be a very consequential year for James Franklin, who is the head coach of Penn State, returning their starting quarterback. They're probably going to have one of the 10 best defenses in the country. I'm picking them to win the Big Ten very early. I'm going out on a whim. I am also going out on a whim. I am also picking LSU to win the SEC. And they are my dark horse to be the national champion. Who they play, no fucking clue. I have them beating Texas in the conference. I do think the Heisman Trophy is going to be between Arch and Jeremiah Smith, the receiver from Ohio State. And like you said, I think it's basically a two-conference playoff for the most part. They're going to dominate the seedings and the rankings. I think Alabama will also drop off, which opens it up for LSU, and also
Georgia.
Florida, I think, will have a bounce-back year as well. I like what they're building, and I really like their quarterback as a dual threat. But yeah, I don't really think the ACC and the Big 12 have a lot to offer in terms of, like, I mean, Clemson will still be pretty good. I would think they'd win the ACC. I don't really hear many other major threats.
Pitt? No, kidding.
I think
Pittsburgh, yeah.
I think
Fake slide Kenny Pickett.
well,
Back in Pitt.
who was it? Was it Houston?
SMU was in the...
So
Conf-
I
yeah,
think the question marks
God.
are out there for Florida State, who their quarterback, I don't know if you've been
Or
following.
Miami.
And Miami. Florida State quarterback's been talking a lot of smack about Alabama, who they play week 1, which will be a lot of...
Ooh, so are we getting together for that?
I can't wait. I think, personally, I think it'll be an Alabama blowout. I'm going to blow them out. But then there's Miami.
Who got
Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Carson Beck.
From Georgia.
We'll see what they can do.
I feel like he's like his 5th year.
This is his last year, yeah.
Okay.
But to go back on your point real quick, I just glanced at the Ohio State schedule, and they get Penn State at home. So
I'm going out on a whim. I'm picking Penn State to win that game.
Yes, that's interesting. I'm with you.
Penn
Going out
State
on a
disappointed me against Notre Dame, man.
Who is Ohio State's quarterback now? Will Howard left.
that's
Yeah, Will
why I'm
Howard's
not
not a
sold on
Steeler.
them Week 1.
Will Howard will be a future franchise quarterback as well, calling it now.
Oh, that's probably
I thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
probably
that.
a future.
It ain't going to be next year, though, because Pittsburgh
Sure
ain't
is.
making the playoffs. But
Whoa!
we already have a 2-beer bet on. Do you want to put a whole case on it? We can.
Hey, we'll start with week 1.
Yep.
I'm not even.
We already
sure.
have a bet on it.
It's an L to the Jets.
What is the bet? Like, what's the win? Are we doing 6 packs? Are we doing
It was
8
two.
beer?
It was 2 beers.
2 beers?
2 beers.
Do you drink IPA?
I do not.
Okay.
You can get me 2 garage limes when the Jets win.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
What's your record against Baywood in bets?
Decent.
Honestly,
Decent.
we had a bet, and
And he
Nick
still hasn't-
actually called the line fucking perfect.
He still hasn't learned to not bet with you yet.
No, I mean, we.
And the flag football one.
I lost
Yeah.
the flag football one. That was a good one, even though we ended up. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there.
That was just worth it.
Yeah, we had a bet last year, and I'm like, Steelers over like 4 sacks against the Eagles,
Yes.
Yes.
and Nick said 3.5. Set the line perfect. The Steelers got like 4 sacks. We got 3 sacks called back for penalties. Then we ended up getting 3 more sacks, and that was it.
So I won.
Yeah.
But
And then I think we had another bet. We doubled it. I won that one. Then I tried to triple it, and then I lost.
it's
true.
a winning
Yeah.
record though.
It's a winning record.
Overall winning record, but this is a fresh slate this year. I know what I'm in for. We set our own lines around here, or Nick sets his lines. He's got the insider scoop.
I am excited for week 1 for
Like
you guys.
I'm like the Woj.
For you guys to see our faces when these bets are going down.
There's,
I just sit and watch those.
I think
two.
that first weekend we need to be in person for the Steeler Jet game, just so I control.
we gotta be honest. I think if that's when is the first game?
September. Well,
It's the
Eagles play
second
the
weekend.
Thursday,
It's the
which is
second
the
weekend in
4th.
September.
Fourth?
No, it's early this year.
Is it?
The first game's the 4th.
But that's a Thursday, so
Yeah, it's the Thursday after Labor Day.
So it's like 8th.
The 4th, 5th. So
The Thursday
6th,
after Labor Day?
It's
It's 7th.
We're
three,
that close to
It's
NFL
3
season?
days
Wow.
after Labor Day.
So wait, preseason starts next week?
The 31st is the Hall of Fame game of July. It's early this year because Labor Day is September 1st.
Yeah, that's why I was wow.
It's early. They're starting the season early
Yeah, Cowboys Eagles Thursday, September
It's
4th.
at 8:15.
8:20, but yeah.
Sorry, whatever, 8:20. But yeah, so then that Sunday would be the first weekend,
And that's when we'll be at Max.
and I believe it's a 4:00 game.
Well, they have a Friday game too.
Yeah, that's the Chargers Chiefs in
Mhm.
Brazil. I peeped it.
We got to get a busted coverage flag.
Bring it to
No, just
Sports Lounge.
first of all, have it as the background banner because we got to have the logo there,
Oh,
yeah,
true.
we do.
and then we could bring it to where we do live events at maybe WCSU, maybe at a Spice City game because we're better than them. No,
Spicy.
But yeah, no, I think that's great. I think you're right. I don't see it being anyone other than Oregon,
Ohio State
or
and Penn.
State. And I think Ohio State's Penn State's schedule is breaking. They do not play Oregon, so I don't think they play Oregon. So that'll be interesting.
Who knows, man? Nick might strike again. I don't know.
It'll be an interesting.
We'll see.
Topic.
We'll see. We'll see when I have my 2 beers after the Jets win. No, just kidding.
my god.
Kidding. I'm not, but I'm kidding. Anywho,
I guess if the Jets beat the Steelers, you probably should never make any more bets with
no, I'll be
Oh,
making more bets.
he'll be hooked.
Yeah.
He'll be like
We'll have to take that.
No, this is going to be a segment on the show.
We'll take the Baywoods bet section out of the show.
Nick versus Matt.
Yeah, we could do that.
the match.
Yeah.
We'll go with
Yeah, you know, we'll do. I think you two pick a game, and you guys, if there's a game you guys
Bet on
disagree
it.
that'll give you bet on it.
Perfect. That's fine. All right. It is time, once again, for America's favorite segments. Our segments. Haha. So we're going to start with a couple rapid-fire questions. Who doesn't love those, huh?
We
Who
all
doesn't
love rapid
Who
fire.
doesn't love rapid-fire Q&A? Here we go. I don't know if you guys watched the ESPYs the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Gillis. What did you think of his performance, his monologue? Yay, nay? And if you could pick someone to host next year, who would you pick?
Hold on. I saw a clip from Shane Gillis.
I didn't hear it. Can you tell me what his monologue was? What did he say? Summarize it.
Just a bunch of jokes that were actually really funny, but no one wanted to laugh
Oh, okay.
because, they didn't want to look like an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
He did mention Bill Belichick, which was hilarious, about how, everyone in the crowd, if y'all had won 6 Super Bowls, you'd have a hot 24-year-old girlfriend instead of a fat, ugly dog wife that you're sitting next to. And it was absolutely...
SGA said that?
No, Shane Gillis said that.
Oh, comedian guy.
the
right?
comedian.
Not Shay Gilgis.
No,
Shane.
not to be confused with Shane Gillis Alexander.
I was like, SGA said this? No, okay.
They do look a little similar.
Well, I mean names, but yeah, okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry, man.
He had his bonnet on.
All right, so I get it. Okay, so the comedian. Okay, yeah. He did. I did see a lot of his jokes.
I thought he did
And-
fantastic.
It was weird. No one was laughing, but I guess because it was all about them in the audience. You kind of don't laugh at that stuff. But I thought he was funny. I mean, I was home laughing at the parts I did see. I was thinking SGA the whole time. So
No,
not
not-
SGA's monologue.
He did say everyone sitting next to SGA is now in foul trouble.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
I
Quick
did
little
see the,
ba-dum-pa soundboard poppy effect there. Okay, so Matt, what'd you think? Here he comes. Here
So,
he comes.
this
Cam,
one-
get ready.
This one absolutely killed me. He was like, Carl Anthony Towns, hey girl.
Yeah. Basically because he's so zesty.
Yeah. He was just like, how gay does that make people feel? And then he said, how gay does that make Carl Anthony Towns feel? I was dying at that. No, I loved it. I saw a bunch of clips on Instagram. I didn't see the ESPYs live, but that, you know, I remember John Cena hosted it a couple years ago. Yeah. I liked John Cena as the host. He was funny. Again, people didn't want to laugh at that either. Future host? Come back to me on that.
That's a tough one.
Come back to me on that. Let me think.
I think the ESPYs is funny because I think people don't really care. You know, it's like going to the Oscars. You talk jokes about people there. They're hilarious, but they don't laugh because the person's sitting next to them. They're right there. But they get home and they're probably all the jokes that they were talking about and we're all cracking up about it. I feel like those are especially when a lot of stuff happens in sports. You know, Bill Belichick, us all getting introduced to his girlfriend. You know, all the basketball players have podcasts now, former and current, and they be talking about players, Gilbert Arenas, about Carl Anthony Towns, you know, LaShawn McCoy, Gronkowski, Edelman, the Kelsey brothers, you know, we all talking. Sometimes things slip out about what you feel or how you feel about someone. Gronk talking about throwing people out of the club. Yeah, we used to just fuck up these teams and this person's a bitch. You know, it's just all that stuff coming out at the show. Hilarious.
Yeah.
But when you're sitting next to the dude after we heard what you said, it's a little awkward. You know, Bill Belichick's in the stands and we're like, yeah, we all wish you had a 24-year-old, we had 24-year-old girlfriends, and we're like, well, we all think it, but we don't say it out loud. You know, and I think that's where it was. So I thought his monologue was hilarious. And it was nothing wrong. It's stuff that was all said during the year. So it's not like he made anything
So
up.
I got two. I got Gronk, because he's actually a player and he's hilarious. Number two, both of these are from the Brady roast. Nikki Glazer.
Oh God!
Didn't she host once?
I don't know if she. I know she did the roast of Tom Brady. I don't know if she hosted the ESPYs, but I thought she was hilarious in that. Nick made a face like he can't stand her.
I cannot stand her.
I'm gonna tell two people who I think would host. I think one of them, I'm telling you right now, after what's happened, we'd all be watching. The first person would be, I think, Chris Pratt, because he's hosted stuff before and he's actually really funny.
Yeah, he is.
Chris Pratt would be a good one.
Chris Pratt would be good. He just makes faces too that could just.
Yeah.
And the next one, I can't believe I'm say this out loud, but it would make sense, and he's hosted stuff in the past years ago. But I would love to see Cat Williams host the ESPYs.
Oh yes,
I
think took one of my picks.
If you had Cat Williams hosting the ESPYs, because we've seen what's his name do it, Kevin Hart. We've seen Kevin Hart host stuff.
I don't think Kevin Hart.
Just for record, Cam literally went like like a little guy, like he must be this tall to ride the ride. I know you guys can see it,
baby right now.
I could not point that out.
But, Kevin Hart.
Cam's face
He
palming
went
himself.
like this. Who's the
the
little midget?
Cat Williams is no bigger either, but I think Kevin Hart's done it, and generally comedians who are like that usually get favorable. And Kevin Hart right now, Cat Williams right now is just blowing up.
Yep.
But his comedy tour, actually, I glanced at some of it online, is hilarious. Where he'll address all the Shay stuff too. But it's hilarious.
Oh, Shannon Sharp could host too. He's funny as hell.
I don't know what Shannon Sharp is hosting is right now. But,
So I have my pick. I'm gonna pick Adam Sandler to host it. Only because Happy Gilmore 2 comes out this Friday. Go watch it on Netflix. Because you took Cat Williams.
I think Cat Williams
I am not going to do my Cat Williams impression because it's terrible.
Good.
Don't want nothing in my shit, pimpin'. But
that shit isn't bad.
get away from me, white bitch. But yeah, I'm just kidding. Also, I would put because B Diddy be wanting to party. You gotta tell him no. Or Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one.
Yeah, Dave.
But
I love all the lines you can pull from Cat Williams, and those are the two that you pull. Oh my
you gotta
God.
tell him no.
Oh my God.
My name's a pimp called Slickback. It's like a tribe called Quest. You gotta say the whole damn thing. That's him from the Boondocks.
But,
Anyway.
But yeah, no, I think Cat Williams would be hilarious.
Oh my God.
I think that would just be it'd be on another level.
He did be wanting to party.
You gotta tell him.
Gotta
no.
tell him no. But yeah, Adam Sandler would be one of my picks. Cat Williams, Dave Chappelle would be my top 3.
Yeah,
I think that'd be awesome. Next rapid fire question. I'm gonna recite one nickname. And I want you guys to tell me if it is the best nickname in sports.
Okay.
Do you guys know who Cal Raleigh is?
No.
He is the catcher for the Seattle Mariners.
Okay.
He won the home run derby this year.
Yep.
Do you know what his nickname is?
No, what's his nickname?
His nickname is the Big Dumper. I want you to tell me right now a better nickname of an active athlete in sports. Better than the Big Dumper. They must be actively competing.
Hold on.
Yes, his nickname is the Big Dumper.
The Big Dumper.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna lie. I think that's hilarious. The Big Dumper. Oh my God.
Name me a better nickname in sports. Currently.
You put me on the spot for this one. Should have give me some time to look it up. But I don't think, if we're talking straight funny, I don't know if it gets better than the Big Dumper.
The Big Dumper.
Matt, are you Googling something?
Yeah, I can't find his name. It's the dude that's like, his name's Dick, and his last name is something funny, but...
That helps a lot, huh?
Yeah, no, it's not.
Glad you're putting that in your Google search.
Yeah, listen, we might have to have an episode of what my Google search.
No, we can't.
Just don't click on images.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, please don't.
Nope.
Yeah, you know what? I don't... What was the sports history? I was trying to see if they had a list. I could just come up with some, but...
I'm going to say it right now. I think Cal Raleigh has the best nickname in sports right now. The Big Dumper. Can't think of another one. So... And we don't want to cross any other lines since, you know...
Was it Richard Fitz? And then his nickname's Dick Fitz?
That's a pretty good one.
I still like the Big Dumper. Shaun White, the Flying Tomato.
Something that doesn't involve their name, yes. That is the best. Yeah.
Oh, there was also a UFC fighter. His name is Adam Fugitt. Fugitt.
Big Dumper.
Yeah,
still
Big
a
Dumper.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Big
That's
Dumper.
Good. That's a good one.
All right. Perfect, man. All right, now it is time. Do you have one nickname that you'd like to share with the class?
This is just the... Never mind. I was just going to wonder. I just saw a pic, like, I don't know why Caitlin Clark popped up when I typed in Dick.
Dick Fitz?
Maybe because I said Dick or down before, but I was just wondering why she has such a prominent Adam's apple, but we can move.
What if I told you that was not an apple? No. I'm just kidding. That's a joke for everyone that's listening.
Just waiting for the black helicopter to show up.
It's a tangerine. It's a tangerine. No.
It's coming. They're gonna come.
They are.
It was Matt. Get down. All right. It is now time for our trivia question of the day. Or of the week, I guess. I actually looked this up. So, Cam, are you ready?
I am ready.
Matt, are you ready?
Yep.
I would ask if you guys are ready, but I can't hear you say yes. So here we go. What NFL team has neither played in nor hosted the Super Bowl? There's only one.
Cleveland.
All right, there you go. That was quick.
Did
It is the
you
Cleveland
get a timer
Browns.
or anything?
Nope, I couldn't even do the soundboard poppy effects. Because he knew that right away. The Browns, because they suck.
Yeah.
But, yes, the correct answer is the Cleveland Browns. Thanks for playing at home. Matt didn't give you a chance. It's okay. He gets the Trivial Pursuit pie piece of the week.
Oh, I love it. Good for you.
So, this would be the next segment of Baywood's Bets. But he's buying a house and so he is on layaway for the time being. When will Baywood's Bets be returning? Can you remind the folks at home?
Our week 1 of visuals. When we have the cameras on our faces, that's when that will show back up. And even then, we might have we might have a new when season 2 starts. That'll be when Baywood's Bet / me and Nick's personal bet start actively happening, because that's week 1 is right around that corner.
Yeah.
So
perfect. All right, so you guys got about another month to go.
So
save your money for now.
Let's do one pick for the audience to pick from, like what they should do with their money, and then we'll have our own entertaining segment, and we'll keep a tally and whatnot, and obviously there'll be a payout with beers or whatever we decide, but so far it's been beers.
However you want to pay me is totally fine, brother. Product or cash is fine with me.
If we're talking about product, I can push product.
I meant the beer. we do not support the use of drugs or paraphernalia. We are not talking. Well, Matt might be talking about that, but I'm not. Cam is. I don't think Cam has the ability to face his palm right now or palm his face. He's literally just like, why, God, why?
Literally, we just offend so many people. Like, it's not even. I'm not even saying we.
Hey,
you.
Let us know in the comments. Are you offended? Let us know. That was. I'm so triggered. But anyway, speaking of Cam,
Jesus.
Space Jam Cam. I gotta come up with a cool nickname. He's got Soundboard Poppy.
Yeah, I don't have one.
You need like a cool nickname.
I don't know. So give me a cool soundboard thing. I think
Cam Jam. Thank you, ma'am. No, like the song. No.
Is that like Wham Bam?
You let me know.
I don't know.
I mean, I like Killer Cam, but then people think you're a killer.
Mm.
Are you a killer?
I'm a basketball player.
Killer Cam Griffin.
Yeah, I'm older now. Yeah, no. No.
Like Cameron. Shout out to Cameron.
Camera. I'm kidding.
Cam's era. But now it's Cam's Jam of the Week. Perfect segue.
It is.
Do you happen to have a jam or jams plural?
Well, we are post MLB All-Star Week, post WNBA All-Star Week, so we're just picking our sports back up again. Matt alluded to it earlier. It's that time of year when sports we don't have a lot to watch. So there's really no one's really playing for anything at this point, to an extent. I mean, if you want to say all games matter, yes, then you're playing for something. But the only game that matters, but I guess it doesn't matter if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, but you do win a trophy, is NBA Summer League ends tonight, which is kind of sad because I did enjoy watching some of these players play. The team actually I was cheering for is actually in the finals. The Hornets, because I was watching Liam McNeely and Con Knipple.
UConn.
Con Duke, but both high draft picks playing. I wasn't sure about Con Knipple. Going at, I think 4 was, I thought, a little high. But, he sat out a few games and then came back and he's dropping 17, 19 a game. So I can't be mad at it.
Charlotte's going to be good.
I think Charlotte is going to be good. They are my sleeper to make the playoffs this year. So I think if you get a chance to, 10 o'clock ESPN out in Vegas might be your game to watch. Summer League's really competitive because the players are fighting for positions, fighting for contracts, and the ability to play and to not go to the G League potentially. So it's been fun. I mean, give credit where credit is due. Bronny James balled out in a few games. Still belongs in the G League, but balled out. Give credit again where credit is due. So I think the summer game tonight, if you want to watch a championship game, I think they get a trophy and T-shirts. That'll be the game to watch. Grand scheme of things, doesn't mean anything. But if you're looking for something to watch, that'd probably be something entertaining at 10 o'clock. If you can't sleep, put it on.
Hey, perfect, man. We'll see if the nipples can get it done tonight. And
Knipple.
Yeah, both of them. We'll see if he has a great performance. Shout out to Liam McNeely from UConn.
Hopefully he plays. We'll play him out.
Fringe first round pick. See if Charlotte can bring it home. Man.
You were talking about the other dude on their team too, from Creighton.
Oh, Kalkbrenner?
Yeah,
yes, Kalkbrenner. Big Bird.
Big Kalkbrenner's on the team. So
Big Bird. Yeah, he's really tall, man.
Yeah, he is huge.
He's a good defensive player, though. I didn't know how he was going to pan out, but so far in summer league, he looks all right. It's all right.
Yeah, well, and that's
can't complain.
That's the thing about Summer League. It gives players opportunities to play that we probably wouldn't see.
So we won't get to see another Furphy dunk, right? If if you guys haven't seen it, go look up Furphy's Summer League dunk. The dude he dunked on.
Look at the still.
Yeah, dude. Man, I know we mentioned, Diddy wanting a party.
Mm.
He got back from one. Let's just say that. That's what it looks like.
He's dragging nuts over to the face.
No.
Oh.
Like,
Oh, you didn't see it?
Nope.
You need to look at the dunk.
yeah. And, like, the guy's face was...
You can just Google Furphy.
I'm doing it.
Like,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We're going to get Baywood's live reaction right now to the still photo of Furphy's Summer League dunk. It's great.
Let me see it. So we see it. Is it the...
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Nah, that's crazy.
So if you know that LiAngelo Ball song, Tweaker, if that was an image, that would be it right there. What the?
Almost be raining.
Oh. I thought your AC was just slowly slipping out of the window.
I did too.
Don't you open up that window. AC. All right. With that, now that we have some extra noise for you guys, some ASMR with the rain falling, it is now time. Once
Comment
again.
says back shots.
Wow. Wow. Man.
That's almost as good as the Jamar Chase face.
I mean,
Oh, the baby oil
Yeah.
question from last season? Yeah.
we should rank some. We should do
Yeah.
that in the fall. Rank the faces people make.
We should we should frame the memes around the banner.
Yeah.
All right. So, is everyone in a good mood right now?
I'm
Everyone's
satisfied.
good.
I'm in a
Everyone's
good
pretty
mood.
good. Everyone's all right.
Yeah?
Everyone's good. All right. Because it's now time, once again,
Okay.
for America's favorite segment. And no, I'm not talking about Wheel of Fortune. I'm not talking about Family Feud with Steve Harvey. It is time for Nick's rant once again. Not really an angry rant this time, but just more spitting facts here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to put out, I'm going to nickname myself Nickstradamus here.
Nickstradamus.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to put it out into the universe right now. A year early, by the way. This is a
Okay.
1-year prediction.
Okay.
I alluded to contract extensions being a harbinger for things to come in this show.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention or can guess where I'm going with this. We mentioned Garrett Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned Sauce Gardner. We also mentioned TJ Watt. There is one other player we did not mention because he has not been paid by his team. And if he does not get paid this season, he will be a free agent.
Terry?
No. I am talking, of course, about Micah Parsons.
Oh! I'm excited for this.
Let me tell you something about the Dallas Cowboys.
I already know where you're going with this.
Let me tell you about America's team, or so they claim. Jerry Jones is not only the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, he is also their general manager. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, he is.
Now, it was like pulling out his dentures to pay Dak Prescott. And he paid him twice. It was like pulling out his dentures again for them to pay CeeDee Lamb.
Mm-hmm.
And this past offseason, both Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb restructured their newly minted contract extensions. And we're all thinking, oh, the cornerstone of their defense, Micah Parsons, is about to get paid. Jerry Jones will do the right thing for once, right? You know what they did? Take a guess. Let you guys participate. You know what they did?
What did they do?
They traded for George Pickens.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if you were talking about that.
And then they drafted a guard in the first round.
Yep.
Before paying Micah Parsons. Now, say what you want to say about Micah Parsons. He's got no gas tank. He's not a true winner. Micah Parsons is the best player on that defense. By far.
Yeah, definitely not Trayvon Diggs.
When Micah Parsons is not on the field, the Dallas Cowboys are a Division II college football team.
That's generous.
Okay. Dallas, you cannot spell Dallas without how many L's?
2.
Those 2 L's coming from Philadelphia. All right. I actually put a motion out to the city of Dallas. I don't know if you guys heard about this. I put out a petition and a motion to legally change the spelling of their name from 2 L's to 2 S's so that they can actually be what they really are.
Dasses.
And that is Dal Ass.
Oh.
The skin mark on the underpants of American sports are the Dallas Cowboys and their fan base, which includes my cousin, who I love dearly. I just don't appreciate his team liking because, like, you ever see like that one girl in high school who's like got a huge mole on her face and is like super ugly and has a ton of forearm hair.
Yeah.
That's what the Dallas Cowboys put on the field. They were so excited that Rico Dowdle had 1,000 yards last year that they went and signed Javonte Williams and drafted a running back. Congratulations, Rico. Great job. 1,000 and how many yards? Let's take a look. Imagine he had 1,001.
And they had re-signed Zeke last year, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oscar the Grouch is coming back. The Dallas Cowboys, if it weren't for Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders being on the Browns. Oh, also, by the way, Quinshawn Judkins, the running back they drafted, got arrested for beating the shit out of his girlfriend. And the Cowboys are worse. And all they have to do is pay Micah Parsons, but they won't. And here's what's going to happen. 1 year early. 1 year early. Cam knows exactly where I'm going with this because I've said it for 2 years now.
Philly.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons will be an Eagle next season. You mark my fucking words.
He has been saying it for the past 2 years.
Micah Parsons wants to be an Eagle. He has a podcast. He gets jealous. He's like, man, I wish we had Saquon. I wish we had so-and-so. How come we can't draft nobody like that? If you can't beat them, join them. And that's exactly what Micah's going to do. He's going to be an Eagle next season. You mark my words. And I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say this. Not only will it take Jerry Jones to pull out his dentures to get the deal done, do you know how much Viagra it will take for him to just get up to take the pen to paper to pay the man?
It'll be like snipping.
Listen, you could mix Viagra, Cialis, Blue Chew, Nugenix, and any other horse dick pill you want. This cowboy is hitting the road, and he's coming to Philadelphia in a year, all because you wanted George Pickens. You wanted someone else for Dak Prescott to target and throw interceptions to. And that's if he's even on the field. You want to know what Dak Prescott is? Dak Prescott is the Karl Anthony Towns of the NFL. He is the zestiest player in the league.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Where are we going? Where are we going? Are we going on 1? Are we going on 2? Are we going to the store? Are we going to the mall?
Going to Arby's.
Are we? I hope so. Arby's is great. Well, actually, not. It's not great because they got rid of their fucking 2 for $6. You know what? Actually, 2 for $6 sounds great because Dak will throw 2 picks and one of them will be for $6.
Yep. There we go.
That'll be what'll happen. And it's going to happen September 4th, Philly, Dallas. Arby's 2 for 6, homie. 2 picks for 6. One of them to Cooper DeJean.
It's a one-time special now.
Cooper DeJean is blacker than Dak Prescott.
Okay.
Put that on record. Micah will be an Eagle next year. Rant over. Any questions? I said it. What? Yeah, I said it. What? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's gonna be a quote. Put it on a T-shirt.
I'll put it on a shirt right now.
Let me ask you a question.
I'll answer right
I have
now.
a question. Well, something about that. How do you think T.J. Watt's contract's gonna affect Micah Parsons?
Oh, that's a great question. You see,
Micah Parsons isn't nearly as good as T.J. Watt.
that's not the point.
What did we talk about? That's not the point.
Yeah, resetting the market. I mean,
Reset
yeah.
the market.
Micah is going to get a ridiculous sum of money, but it will not be from Jerry Jones.
Nope.
It's going to be too much of a price
Can the
tag.
Eagles afford
So
him,
can
or
you
would he take a pay cut?
Can
The
you afford that
Eagles-
contract?
I don't even think we're going to have to pay him that much, to be honest with you. I think he's just going to be so done with Dallas,
So what do you think, a 2-year deal
Do you
or
think?
a long deal?
Do you think if they don't sign him,
and or they'll backload it.
do they trade him this year?
I think if
And would they trade him to you?
I
Jerry
think he's just
Jones
gonna
is
leave.
too attached to whoever he drafts to trade like that. Put it that way. He's not going to trade Mike. If he does, I'll be shocked.
by hook or by crook, Micah Parsons will be an Eagle next season. You mark my words. Whether it's a trade, free agency, however it needs to go down,
What,
it
what,
will
what
go
happened
down.
to Hassan Reddick?
Who cares? He's on the Buccaneers after having
Oh.
half a sack with the Jets last season. Who won that trade? Thank you very much, assholes. Hassan Reddick. Psst. Oh my God. You were great while you were with us, but then you turned into a complete prick. New York tried. That's another guy that we forgot was on the Jets last year. Everyone, we don't talk
'Cause he
about how
held
bad
out.
Aaron Rodgers was. Yeah, he held out, showed up, and had half a sack, and then got $10 million from the Bucks. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That is worse than Arby's getting rid of the 2 for 6. They also got rid of their chicken nuggets. What fast food restaurant? Taco Bell has chicken nuggets.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Taco Bell has chicken nuggets.
Were their chicken nuggets good?
I don't know. I haven't had them yet.
Oh.
Oh, from Arby's, they
Yeah.
were great.
I don't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't go to Taco Bell.
So maybe Dak's not the Carl Anthony Towns.
Uh-oh.
He's the Arby's chicken nuggets after they got removed from the menu.
Good.
Gone.
Gone. Oh.
Like I said, 2 picks, 1 for 6. And Micah will be an Eagle next year because the Dallas Cowboys, there's only 2 things they care about. Their brand and their cheerleaders. And Micah Parsons don't wear a skirt, and he doesn't embody the brand of the Cowboys. He'll be gone. Mark my words. The Cowboys won't win a championship until Jerry Jones dies.
Yep.
We couldn't say
Or
sell
sells the team.
We had to go dies.
No.
He's not
As
going to
long
sell
as
the team.
he is, unless Jimmy Johnson magically comes out of retirement and coaches them again.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Same thing with the Jets. They won't win a championship until Joe Namath is dead. You mark my words. That's my rant for the day. Cam is stunned that I said Cooper DeJean.
I mean, I follow him on TikTok. I like Cooper DeJean.
Thank you.
I like Cooper DeJean.
Thank
I'm
you,
not even- I can't even
Coop.
hate. I like Cooper DeJean.
Only player in Super Bowl history to score a touchdown on his birthday. That's right. Yeah.
It's kind of a relevant fact.
It is relevant because Cooper DeJean's middle name is him.
I mean, it's relevant.
It is relevant.
I couldn't score a Super Bowl touchdown on my birthday. My birthday's in December.
Okay, well, he's the
So
only
I
one
can't-
though. He's in a class of his own,
So
and he's a white corner.
I mean, that's relevant.
It's all relevant. It's Cooper DeJean. It's all relevant.
Almost all.
Future Hall of Famer.
Well done.
Well, duh.
Well done.
He said, "Well, duh."
Well done.
All right. With that in mind, and with that said, we're gonna go ahead and hop off for this evening. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, you guys were entertained, enjoyed the content.
Yes.
Hopefully, you didn't get offended too much. Even if you were, We mean it out of love. We love you guys. Guys, any final words, comments?
Yeah, countdown till the new location.
It's going to be at Matt's house.
Yeah.
We're not going to be at Tommy's house anymore.
We are
No, what is it? 3 more episodes and we're at your house? 3 or 4?
12 days out.
Yeah.
12 days.
Do we want to just do like September?
Oh, no. Excuse me. 14 days.
14 days.
Because it's 12 days or 12, 11 days till I close on the house unless we record early for that weekend.
No, I think we've talked enough to an extent where if we don't record a show that weekend, it's fine. We have a reason why we're not recording it, and then we just come back, set up.
Well, I meant like we could do, like I'd be ready to do it probably Friday or Saturday as well, but we could do it in person any of those days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever works best for you guys. But it's the first weekend in August. I know you kind of go away sometimes,
Yeah,
but we can take this offline.
7th through the 19th.
Oh, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're gonna be in.
We're going to be in person.
We're gonna be
live in full effect.
We will be at the casino because we already talked about this. Unless you change your mind.
Which one?
For opening college football weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Because we're going to FanDuel. I'm gonna spend
Sports
the day at
Lounge.
FanDuel Sports Lounge.
Cam is not going to get up from that seat the entire day. There's just going to be just a wedge.
What
of
day is
Cam's
that?
Just
Saturday, and then I'm gonna have to spend Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, but
Back
what
Sunday.
day? Like the date?
August 30th
Oh, okay, never mind.
and September 1st.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
so we may want to record that episode early then,
Okay.
because that's going to be Labor Day weekend,
Mm-hmm.
which is my brother's birthday. So yeah, we'll definitely be there. So if you want to come,
We'll see.
it'll be fun.
Will we
Anywho,
record from the hotel?
yeah, if you guys want to come through, come pull up. Let me know how offended you are. No, just kidding.
No,
I'm kidding. Don't do it that way.
No,
No, don't do that.
There might be more out of pocket stuff said in like
Connecticut Sun, you were not invited.
Oh
That
yeah.
was-
Hell
please do
no,
not
you ain't
come.
fucking invited.
Please do not come.
Especially J.C. Sheldon. You are definitely not
You
invited.
can.
You held back on that.
No,
I will
yeah,
give you-
you're right. I did.
I will give you Nick's hotel room number. Do not come to mine.
No, you don't give her my. No, hell no.
This has been a Nick.
Yeah, no. You know what happens?
No last name.
Because if I talk about her, Marina Mabry will probably push me in the back of my head and shove me to the ground because she's a little pussy too. But anywho, we love you guys. Take care. Fuck the Connecticut Sun.
No, don't. They're fun. They were good.
They're 3-19.
It's a bad year.
Hey, we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Nick's ready to slam the laptop shut. He doesn't want